Check it out. Come and check us out as we think it's a sports show. Come see what we about. Check it out. Come and check us out as we think it's a sports show. Come see what we about. Hey, Mike, Rad, Mills, Preach. Come check us out so you can see how everybody think. Mike, Rad, Mills, Preach. The show's about to start, so everybody take a seat.
Yeah, and we're back. It's your boy Mike D, and we got a great episode of We Think It's a Sports Show for you. And you know I'm here with the regular cast, so let me go ahead and introduce them. Got my big cuz, Who Get 'em, Mills Get 'em, aka Mr. Over Under. What's going on, big cuz?
What up with you, bro?
Not much, chilling. Also here with my A1 since day 2, Rad, aka Mr. 2K Rad and Collateral. What's going on, bro? How you feeling? You ready to pod today?
Always ready to pop, man.
I say boys drippy over there. And y'all know him. My point guard, Preach. Mr. Mirror Bag of Shells. What's going on, Preach? How you feeling?
I'm good.
Hashtag where Peter at. All right. So yeah, Preach, you're a little loud though if you want to adjust your mic before we get started. But let's hop into it. No hat today. I trimmed up the beard. I got a taper for the first time since February. Feel good. My boy Miko, y'all know Miko. He got married. I was supposed to be in the wedding, but back in April, I didn't know what all this COVID stuff was going to be. You know, I had a lot of personal issues, was affected by it personally a lot with death, people sick in the hospital. So I'm like, bro, I don't know what it's going to be like in September. Right now, there's no way I'm going to be in it. So just go ahead, do it without me. I didn't plan on going at first, but I went, and I'm happy I went. See my boy get married. Your boys know me and Miko went to college together. A big help while I graduated. Shout out to Miko. Shout out to him and his wife. But I don't want to start there, even though I just did. I want to start what happened to me last Wednesday. Nobody knows about the story but me and Angie right now. Come like, no, I'm going to do it on the pod. So, so basically, y'all know I live in a white area because we talked about it. Was Mills got stuck up by those kids, and me and Angie we walk all the time. So while we are walking, you know how we are. When we see the police, regardless if they're gonna mess with us or not, we always be like, there go the boys, just to keep our head on the swivel. But they're getting closer and closer, and they creeping, and like we walk in. And like they start riding up on a sidewalk by us. I'm like, yo, what is going on? So then he stopped and get out. And me and Angie, we just keep walking like, all right, he not messing with us. Like, why would he? He like, hey, you two, can I talk to you for a second? I'm like, oh my God, here we go. But then somebody else is walking. He like, hey, yo, you might as well stop too. So I can talk to all three of y'all at once. I'm like, all right, so maybe it ain't nothing crazy. He's like, hey, have you guys seen an African-American male in all black walking up to people? Mind you, guess what I had on? All black. So I looked down at me. I was like, no. He like, oh, no. He got special needs. I was like, oh, okay. So I know who you're talking about. Angie has seen him. We know who he is. He's around the neighborhood. Every time you see us, he wave and stuff. So we're like, all right, no, he right there. I guess he was going up to people, talking to people, white neighborhood, black kid, not realizing he got special needs. He's not there to harm them, but they just called the cops on him. Like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but he keep talking to people. So after that, he said, okay, I appreciate it. Me and Angie went home. But once we got home, I started thinking, right, like police is not great with black people, and they probably as bad or even worse with people with special needs. So a black person with special needs, the outcome may not end great. So I was like, so we have stayed back just to make sure like everything went smooth, recorded it, maybe talked to him because we kind of know him. And her and I was talking, and she was like, it's kind of tough right now, right? Like, what do you do? Because we want to get out of danger, but yet somebody else may be getting in danger. Maybe we could help them. So that's where I want to start. I'm going to go to you, Mills. What do you think we should have done? You think we made the right decision by going home? Or you think we should have stayed and just made sure kind of in the background that the situation didn't escalate to so many that we have seen?
It's kind of hard to make that decision, honestly, because you kind of also don't want to put yourself in harm's way as well. But we actually had something like that here in Buffalo. Honestly, I think it was about a month ago. Downtown, it was a special needs guy walking around with a bat, and I guess he was swinging the bat at the cops while the cops were trying to approach him and stuff. And he was pretty much saying, "Hey, I didn't do anything wrong. Why are you bothering me?" And it was people that was recording and stuff like that. And the outcome was they actually shot the guy a couple of times. I'm not sure if he died or anything like that, but they did shoot him. I mean, because when you got people with special needs, you never know what to expect from that person at that time, at that moment. They can be very, aggressive, and they can come at you a certain way that you don't know how to approach the situation. That's why I think they came up with the law that they're going to have a social worker with the cops when they go out with people with special needs. So I mean, it's always good to have. I mean, but on the other hand, it's also good to have somebody there, that could witness the situation, just in case the cops will come on and be like, "Hey, this guy was very aggressive towards me, blah blah blah, this that and the third," and you have nobody to back up the guy's side of the story, because we all know there's more than one side of the story. So I mean, with that, in that type of situation, I probably would have stayed around, just to see how things, led, and make sure everything was, smooth. So it wouldn't be more he say, she say, he say, he say, but you have somebody that can back up either side, you know what I'm saying? Just to make sure the truth is being told.
Yeah, right. Because if people wasn't recording George Floyd, who knows what they would have said, right? We seen it in Buffalo when they put the old dude down, and it was the first initial report was something. And then we all seen the video. It was like, yo, y'all just lied about what just happened. And we all know what y'all lied. So, Rab, I'm going to go to you. So we seen him the next day. He was on the porch. So he ended up being fine. But what do you think you and Shelton would have did in that situation?
Personally, I think I would have just went with my gut, went with my instincts, based on, if I got a vibe from the cop that was, was he trying to police? Was he trying to help? Was he trying to, what? If I guess I would base it on that, the situation. I don't want to just assume I would do something every time. I think based on the situation, based on how he approached us, do I feel like he was going to try? Was he trying to help the kid, or was he trying to go arrest him for something? You know what I mean? I think all those, those social cues you get from being in that, being in that environment, being in that situation. I think I would have did that. I think I would just, whatever, I don't know. Ultimately, I don't know, but I would have just trust my gut. If I felt like, let me see what's going to happen here, I would have did that, but if I felt like it was, he's right there, he does need, maybe he is wandering aimlessly. Maybe he does need a direction somewhere where he needs to go. And if he's trying to help, and I play it by ear. Pretty much you just can play it by ear, use your instinct, use your instincts, use your gut. That's pretty much what I would do.
Yeah, I respect that, because once he came out to us, like he was super cool, and then once he realized, like he said, African American male and all black, and once he realized, like, oh, that's me, he was quick to be like, whoa, no, like he got special needs, he's coming to people, he just, I'm just trying to see where he at, just to give him some help, type of thing. So he did kind of, reassure us that, like, hey, there's nothing crazy going on. I'm just somebody called, I just want to help him out. So, Priest, what do you think you would have done in that situation?
I can't really speak to what I would have or would not have done. I think it's a case by case situation. Because the reality is, even being there and having the camera out, that doesn't mean the police won't kill him, right? We saw it. George Floyd, they had cameras out, they still killed him. So, I don't think it's a right or wrong answer. I think it's, like Raz said, it's a gut feeling. Hopefully you have the spirit of discernment. You'll be able to discern the situation and see, maybe I should stay, or maybe I should go home. Because sometimes I know we unfortunately see cops doing things that they're not supposed to do, but one bad apple does not spoil the whole tree, in my opinion. And sometimes you got to let people do their job, right? Because at the end of the day, Mike, if you were at your particular job and you had someone hovering over you, you would be upset. So I mean, I think it's nuance. I think we got to be careful because it is a nuanced thing. It's not the same thing. We do not have to always have our cameras out in every situation, right? Because you're really putting yourself in danger, the cops in danger, and everybody else around you in certain situations. But you know, it's a tricky situation.
Now, I can see that, right? Because if it's a cop handling a situation as one person, it could go one way. But when it's 100 people out there, like now they like, okay, I gotta control the situation. Granted, because it's be me and Angie standing on the other side across the street, that it wouldn't have been a big deal. But say if 10 other people walk by and noticed us, now it's 12 of us, and more people walk by, and next you know, we got 30 people out there talking to the cop. And I think situations could have went worse that way, but like I said, everybody ended up getting home safely. Me and Angie went home safely. I'm assuming the cop did, and I know the dude did because we seen him the next day, so sitting on the porch. So, but I appreciate it because I don't think I did the wrong thing, but I do think that if I could redo it, I might stay a little longer just to see him talk, just to make sure I feel better when I went home. But I appreciate that because that's been on my mind all week. All right, so I'm going to disappoint some people right now. If you came here to listen to us talk about Tory Lanez, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait because we're going to get to that later. So, but we're going to start with the news of the day, and that is the Titans. I think they had 8 positive tests of COVID. 3 players, 5 coaches or other personnel, and now they are shut down until Saturday. So I'm assuming they're going to cancel their game. It's like the only way that you really do it is cancel this game and the next game, the next 2 weeks, and get everybody safely. Have you heard what they're going to do yet?
They're not canceling the games.
They're not?
They said they're not canceling the games at all, and they
as
said
of now it's going as such.
They're not canceling the games. They said the one thing that they might do is move it to the Monday night game. They like that is in the talk, that's in the works. But as it stands, the game is going to be played.
Okay, good. All right, good. Okay, cool. And the Vikings, they closed up shop too because they played the Titans last week. They didn't have any positive tests yet through Tuesday, but no, they just closed the door just in precaution because once you start getting multiple teams doing it, you might be like baseball. It's going to shut down the sport. So I want to talk about that. So if you were the NFL, and I'm gonna come to you, Preach. If you was Roger Goodell, or if you were, coach of the Vikings or something, how would you handle this situation?
Well, it's already been a mandate, down from the league. These things has already been talked about. So I would assume I would have been in those meetings, right? And they already said it's next man up, COVID or not. It's not even a if and or but about it. Yes, I would try to take every precaution that I can, shutting down the facility, getting everybody tested, making sure everybody is okay. But at the end of the day, we have already said it was a next man up mentality. And if you got COVID, you can't play, and we just gonna get somebody else to play. So that's already been said. And the NFL, they're going to play with or without you. So I think that we're playing, man. I'm sorry. Like, come Sunday, we're gonna be out on the field. I pray that it's not Ryan Tannehill. I pray that it's not Derrick Henry. But if so, next man up. That's just the way it goes.
When you seen this news come across, did you get nervous? Like, the NFL about to shut down, or you was like, they're gonna keep going?
My first reaction was like, oh man, here we go. But then I thought about it. I said, it's the NFL. They don't care. Right? What do they care about COVID? Like, they don't care. They gonna try to make it look good, shutting down a facility, but just listen, they shut down a facility till Saturday, and they said they're going to play the game Sunday. Like, they're going to play. So nobody's practicing. Nothing is going on. I'm sure they're gonna do a Zoom meeting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they gonna have to do a Zoom walkthrough. Ryan Tannehill gonna be in this house, 2-step, 3-step drops in the backyard. I don't know what's going on, but what I'm saying is it is what it is, man. Listen, they're treating COVID just like another injury, right? So you get injured, it is the next man up. I'm sorry.
IR for you for 3 weeks. See you in 3 weeks. Next man up.
I
see you roll your eyes. Oh, go ahead.
Is it 3 weeks? Do you have to sit out 3 weeks?
I thought it
Case
was
by
3 weeks.
case.
Nah,
Is it case by-
the NBA was doing like a day. It was like, it was getting it popping. But I mean, I'm just saying
because they did. It was the issue is that it's 2 tests, right? It's the antibody test, and then if you show you got any of that, then you take the real test that can confirm it. So then it's I don't know. So it's all case by case. I don't know if it's a strict protocol based on everybody got to go through.
All right, but Rab, I seen you roll your eyes when Priest was talking. So, same questions to you. What would you do if you was Roger Goodell? And were you nervous when you seen this come across your timeline? Answer it in whatever order you want.
I started Roger. If I was Roger, you do what you can to keep the league going. You know what I'm saying? You figure it out. You had to have plan. I mean, come on, you had to plan for this. This is not nothing new. You kind of surprised. I'm not surprised, but the fact that it lasted to week 3, well, just going on week 4 was kind of like, right?
And it's only 3 players.
Yeah, and baseball was the first series, the first game. It was like, 10 people got it. Y'all wild. 20 people got it. So,
It's a cover up.
Three players and a couple, 3-4 coaches or something like that.
5
so,
coaches.
5 coaches. So, yeah. So I'm surprised that it took so long, that it lasted this long, that there was no positive cases. But as Roger Goodell, you figure it out. As he doing in Next Man Up. But if I was the coach, it's difficult here because it's not the same as like any other injury, right? Because we can't practice. It's a competitive disadvantage against I think they're playing the Steelers. Yep. It's like one team practicing and one is not. That's a clear disadvantage you have. So it's not just like IR, because IR, the player's not playing and the whole team is practicing.
Yeah.
Now the player not playing and y'all can't practice. So that's a totally different nuance. It's a totally different thing now. But hey, y'all understood that was gonna be the case if somebody contracted it, and they did. And it's you got to figure it out. You got to ball. This season is gonna be a lot of that. When I got it across my phone, it was more like not surprised. I was just like, dang, like I knew eventually maybe a case would pop up. I just didn't want it to personally. I just wanted it to be a clean season. I wanted it to be everything goes well, but I think I'm not gonna say it's a good thing. I don't want to say good thing because coronavirus, I don't want nobody to get it. I want nobody to spread it. But it is a reminder that, hey, this virus is still out there. Don't think, like for me, like it was like, no, the virus is still out there, bro. Like I know the NFL is going, like life seems getting more normal day by day, but this was a reminder for people that really thinking that it's gone or you can't get it anymore. So for the NFL players to get it, it's just a reminder for the league and everybody else to stay safe, try to do your best, try not to spread it, quarantine. So I think that was that. The result of that is good for teams to realize, all right, yeah, all the stuff that y'all thought y'all was gonna do, and like, let's chill out, let's figure this out, let's still understand that we're in the virus, we're still in the pandemic, and I think that is good that we can take that out of it.
That's a good point, because when I seen the news come across my timeline, I was floored because I completely forgot it. After football started, I'm like, all right, we good. Week 4, week 5. I literally forgot it could shut down or people could get coronavirus, to the point that I was looking up when the Bills play San Fran, so I could get tickets, because it's in December. But all right, by then fans will be going. My uncle live out there. I could go. Like, I'm making plans, and when this happened, I'm like, whoa. Okay, I forgot. So that's a good point, Brad. So Mills, same questions for you. What would you do if you was Roger Goodell, and how would you feel when you seen? Because you text me, you text the group. That's how I found out about it.
I mean, it's pretty much the same as everybody else. I mean, we all know that they had a plan. Well, I mean, if I'm Roger Goodell, I'm setting a plan in stone off rip anyway. Just in case something like this was happening, because I mean, 9 times out of 10, you expect it to happen. It's very rare that, you can get a long season, all these games, all these practices, and you got COVID going on, not just within the football players, but, outside of football, at home with their families when they're doing their activities or whatever they're doing outside of football. I mean, there's a chance that it will happen. And like everybody always said, Next Man Up. This is a business. This is something that we got to keep pushing. And And then when I heard it, I got the news. I was thinking more so of my fantasy, and I'm like, oh man, I'm screwed because I got Tannehill, and I'm just thinking Tannehill. And in our league, you know, we got the option to play 2 quarterbacks, so most of the quarterbacks are gone. And I'm thinking to myself, yo, I'm about to have to pick up Blake Bortles, Nick Foles.
I don't know.
Nick Foles
do
starting
that.
now. I'm about to pick up somebody that's not playing.
Is Blake Bortles starting?
Yeah, I don't know
Where's
when
Blake
he started.
Bortles at?
No,
They just picked him
no,
up.
he in Denver.
Oh,
The whole point is I'm
not
gonna have to play a quarterback and get a goose egg because they're not gonna be able to play because y'all boys are gonna be shady and pick up every quarterback that's in the league that's playing, and I'm gonna be screwed. That was the first thing I thought about. You know what I mean? But I mean, I want everybody to be safe. I know the league is taking all the precautions and stuff. They're doing what they got to do to make sure, you know, everything is good going forward. And I mean, it can happen at any given moment. And that's the same thing with our personal lives. Like we play basketball. Well, some of us play basketball, still playing flag football and stuff like that. You know, it can still happen to you. So just be safe, you know, and do what you gotta do to make sure. Yeah, work too.
Say Mills, Taysom Hill out there, you could pick him up. He projected to get 3 points.
He's the most perfect super flex. Like he fits a super flex, like the position of running back, quarterback, tight end.
Yeah, but he just don't score.
Yeah,
does
he's a
not.
good point. So Mills, let me ask you a question because Rad brought this up, right? Because the team is not practicing. What's the chances of that the Titans might be like, yo, having this rest was actually pretty good versus actually going out there to practice? Is there any chance that the Titans might be like, yo, we were more rested than we, you know, normally is for week 1 for this game? Is there any chance of that and them actually having an advantage versus Pittsburgh, who is practicing every day?
Well, in this situation, you got 2 3-0 teams. Just to throw that out there. But I think with this time off, that there is a chance, as we all been seeing, injuries. I think there's a possibility that we may see a lot of injuries in this game. Just because of, you know, I'm not sure how each player will approach the situation. But there may be a couple players out there that just take the time off as it is a vacation. You know what I'm saying? And they go back, you know, to playing, and they may get hurt. I mean, because you're probably not going to do as much stretching as you normally would because you normally got your.
No, bro, these are professional athletes, bro.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does.
You have individuals leading these drills.
Bro, it's bye weeks. People get bye weeks, they be fine.
But Mills,
bro, that doesn't mean.
What I'm saying is, like, you're not gonna just be at home. You're gonna be on a Zoom call. Like, it's not like they're gonna look at you. You're gonna stretch on Zoom. That. What I'm saying, it's not like you're gonna be supervised. They're not about to just leave you at home and tell you don't do nothing.
But we're assuming.
No,
that's what we're doing.
I'm not assuming. If I'm paying you,
you are assuming.
No, I'm not. Yeah. No.
Are you running the Zoom call?
Yes. Yes, I am. I am the coach, and I'm running the Zoom call because if they got little kids on Zoom, you don't think they paying Derrick Henry $25 million, and they gonna tell me he not gonna be on a Zoom call, and I'm not gonna look at him stretch? What are you talking about?
I actually lean towards Mills because, you know, when you're not in that environment of where everybody at the training facility, if you don't got that killer will to do the above and beyond, you gonna relax maybe. It's soft tissue.
No, we've seen basketball players have months off and come back and be in top shape.
I don't know.
These are professional athletes, man.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
These are pros, man. They're not looking at this as an opportunity to eat Oreos and watch Power.
No, we're not saying that at all. I'm saying that if you take yourself, what I'm saying is if you take somebody out of that environment of going to the training facility every day and now you're home, that's 2 different things. You're not all focused on football. You're focused on.
Why are they not focused on football? This is the NFL season. What are y'all talking about? Like, seriously, what are y'all talking about?
Yo, Mike, are you as effective as you at home or if you was at your job? Tell me. Do you think you're less effective or more effective?
But I'm not.
Answer the question.
No, I'm not.
No, because you're at home. Simply because you're at home.
My hand is up. Is Mike getting paid? Is Mike getting paid $25 million?
All right.
Oh, that don't mean nothing. Oh my God.
Matter.
Oh my God.
That don't matter.
Okay. So $25 million don't matter. Answer that question for me.
Here you go, bringing up stuff that don't make sense.
GMs cut my pay. They cut my pay.
So
When
what
it
I'm
happen?
saying is, it doesn't matter. But if you was at work, it would be more effective. Simply taking somebody out of the workplace. It
That's
brings
not
more
true. You can't say that. That is
Okay,
not true.
right,
No. Wait.
No,
No.
Because,
Y'all
no.
got it. Y'all got
Right,
it.
okay, rap. Is it? No, you're not practicing on tackling dummies. You not got this $12 million weight room. No. But Mel said that these players are going to take this as an opportunity
Some
to
might.
chill. All right, well, we can say that. We can say that.
Real
I'm
quick.
saying it's more
Real quick.
distractions at home.
Real
It's
quick.
more distractions at home. Your lady, your kids, other things is at home.
Yo, I
that's
cannot.
why people,
Okay, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. Rad. The entire country has been working from home, and everything has been fine. There is nothing. First of all, there have been multiple businesses. Google has said it. Google said it. Amazon, certain parts of Amazon, Instagram, like all those companies, and there's tons of a whole bunch of other companies that have been working from home and said they're not bringing anybody back because people have been doing a great job at home. So to suggest that people can't work from home is really the most ridiculous thing I've heard in my life. That's number one.
GM said come back June 31st, 2021. I'm not going back for a year because we are still being productive.
Yes. So what that's ridiculous.
And saving money.
No. Thank you. Say it again, Mike.
And we saving money.
That's the number one thing. Sam, you're bugging. All them people are saving money,
The
so they're happy about
the
it.
Titans
It's
are-
that simple. It's that simple. Google, all the people you said, they save so much money doing that. So why would they bring you back? No, it's as effective. Even if it's a slight tick down, if all the money we saving, it's good. So it's that simple. Money drives that.
But it is as effective.
If they was losing money, they would bring you back ASAP.
That's my point. So it is as effective. So it is as effective. So they don't have to bring you back. Like if you was at home.
This Mills argument. So Mills, get back in. I want to get you back in, Mills, because you started this. Are you saying that they aren't as effective, or are you saying they really about to be at home? No. But Rad is saying that yes, they may put in work, but it's not the same. But it sounds like Mills was saying once they go home, they about to put on their robe. Okay, what was you saying then? What is you saying, Mills?
I'm just.
What are you saying?
It's something to be brought up. It's whatever Mills said. It's something to be brought up.
Yo, Red, you used to no. Red, you used to dog practice every day. What are you talking about? Yo, you never did nothing in practice. You never did nothing in practice. You can't tell me that there's I don't know. Tremaine Edmonds is not like going hard in practice. Like this dude is chilling. What are y'all talking about? Why do y'all think that? Yo, I cannot believe y'all saying this.
Imagine me at home.
You didn't do nothing.
If that was me at practice, imagine me at home.
You didn't do nothing. No way.
I want to get Mills back in. Mills, this is started this. I want to get Mills back in.
If that's me,
you started this.
Nothing.
What did you mean then, Mills? Did you mean that they would be at home?
All up.
Because you said the same thing about basketball, that people was going to come in overweight and all of this, and you said it was some of the best basketball you've seen.
Zion did, according to Sam. Zion did.
Zion definitely was fat.
He was fat.
I think y'all are taking it to the extreme.
I'm asking you, what do you mean? Tell us. What do you mean there?
I'm not saying they're going from 100% to 0%. I'm just saying the percentage is going to drop. You know, they may give 100% when they're there physically, but it may drop to 70%, 65%. I'm not saying it's a total drop in productivity.
Do you agree with those percentages, Rad? I'm just asking you. You was on Mills' side. Do you agree with those percentages?
I think it's a valid point to bring up. I don't know Mills. He making percentages. I don't know anybody. Nobody knows percentages. He just making stuff. But I'm saying it's a valid point to bring up that possibly can happen. Like, come on, you at home. You're not gonna do that.
Okay, no. It's a valid point.
Yeah.
When you said they won't be as effective if they were there, Mills started off by saying they're gonna be chilling, they're gonna be at home. Like he made it seem like they were not. They were looking at it as a vacation. No, Mills said he called it a vacation. Those was his words.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I don't agree with Eric, but some might, it might be somebody on the extreme level that does that. It might somebody be like on some Ray Lewis, Tom Brady gonna excel anyway, and it's gonna be some people in the middle. It's always the whole spectrum. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the spectrum. And Mills bring it up. I said that's point. Y'all was killing for bringing it up. I'm like, wait, that's a valid point. That could happen.
I killed him for saying vacation, but you're right. I mean, people get bye weeks and they still be fine. But that's neither here nor there.
Do people still work on vacations?
It's not a vacation.
See, that-
They have a
that's
game Sunday. What are y'all talking
not the
about?
question.
Yo,
That's not the
we gonna move on. We gonna move on. I don't know what Mills. They're not on vacation, Mills.
yeah, they're playing a professional
That's the
football
question.
game
It's a
Sunday.
Bad word. It's vacation. Is a bad word to use.
What
But,
is y'all talking
I mean,
about?
Yo,
I get it.
all right, we go. Wow, I did not expect that. But that was fun. That was fun. Thanks, Mills. See, I'm ready to pod now. Let's get into it. So, this is why I thought we might have some pushback. But let's get into it because we had a game Monday night. It was first round pick versus first round pick, MVP versus MVP, black man versus black man, Lamar versus Mahomes. It's funny, right? Because normally Sunday night has taken over like the game of the week. You know, you get Collinsworth and Michaels. You used to get like the best quarterbacks back in the day was Brady and Manning. Sunday you have Breeze and Rodgers. Any other year, that is the game. Those are the quarterbacks. But now we got Mahomes, we got Lamar, and they played on Monday night. So and the Chiefs won 34-20. So I want to come right back to you, Mills, since you said something controversial. You may do it again, get us arguing. Did the game live up to your hype?
Oh,
Why not?
the game was terrible. The game was terrible. Baltimore was terrible. Kansas City came out and they just put their foot on Baltimore neck. And Lamar Jackson just looked like a baby back there. Like when I say baby, I mean babies. When you're at that level as a child, you got to learn a lot of things. And it looks like he was out there learning how to play the game of football, and it was just ridiculous. Like he couldn't take the pressure. He was distressed back there. He couldn't figure out what to do, and the objective as a quarterback is to put your players in positions to score points. And that's something that he failed to do. I think he was a total letdown on his side of the ball. And I think the game was just bad. I mean, I expected Kansas City to win anyway, but I didn't expect the game to go the way it went.
I expect that. How about you, Preach? What you think? Did it live up to your hype?
I guess not necessarily. It wasn't a shootout that I, would have liked or hoped for, but
And you lost to me in fantasy because Travis Kelce ain't do nothing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so like the fact that the Ravens couldn't score, it kind of hurt production. But nonetheless, it was okay. I mean, I wasn't too, surprised about the outcome. I had the Chiefs winning. They're a better team.
How about you, Rat?
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought Ravens was the better team going into the game. I thought Lamar, even though Lamar haven't had his big Lamar game where he throw for 200, run for 100, he just looked better in the pocket. He looked better in the pocket. He was hitting Hollywood Brown. Him and Hollywood Brown had a better connection than it wasn't just the first couple of games. Last year it was just like boom or bust. This year it felt like it was going to be more like Hollywood got more of a route tree. Lamar was understanding how to get him the ball more. And I thought Lamar, progressed, was showing progression. And then like yesterday, just all came back to, old Lamar where
2 years ago.
sporadic, right? Sporadically and getting blitz. He's not like going to the hot receiver. He kind of trying to get it out with his feet. Which was like, I guess was a wake-up call for them, right? It's a wake-up call for the Ravens, a wake-up call for Lamar that is still work to be done. I thought overall, so I guess I'm most surprised with the Ravens defense. I know Mahomes is A1, I think he's the best quarterback in the league. Probably the best quarterback ever to this point. And he shredded the Baltimore Ravens defense, and I think they was top 2, top 3 defense in the league. You know what I mean? Great corners, Marcus Peters, Humphreys, and he just shredded them. And it was easy, having fun, backyard, and
Underhand passes, the fullback,
everything, throwing it to linemen, running touchdowns. You know what I mean? He just coming from that game against the Chargers. I thought Ravens gonna have a game plan. Seeing the Chargers getting after them, Ravens got some talent on that defensive side too, and I thought they could maybe shake it up, maybe just have it better. But wide receivers and tight ends was dropping passes. Lamar didn't look great, and yeah, I thought.
So you were surprised, but did the game live up to whatever your expectations were?
No, I thought Lamar would be better. I thought Lamar would be better. I thought Lamar was showing better pocket presence, better throwing the ball, and he's not fully there yet. He's just not fully there yet.
I didn't care who won. I didn't care about the score too much. I see it was some plays. You had a run back, which is rare. Lamar got boogie. He was getting boogie. You got Mahomes getting boogie. Mahomes made some passes. So from that standpoint, we got some highlights. But by the fourth quarter, by like halfway through the fourth quarter, almost over, I just, me and Andy started watching a movie because the game was over. And to me, that was unfortunate. I thought it would go down to the wire. Whoever had the ball last will win, and that didn't happen. So, Brad, I want to come right back to you. What does this mean for the AFC then?
That Mahomes about to dominate. I think Mahomes is literally. I don't want to say this because I don't want to disrespect Russell. We talked about him last year, but it reminded of me when everybody's watching Dame, and I said, "Yeah, till you see Steph." And yesterday we saw Steph. Yes, Mahomes and Steph.
Like right. Disrespect.
I know, because I respect Russell a lot, but everything Russell is, Mahomes is with a better arm and just better, right? So I think Mahomes just displayed that, I'm on a different level. I'm playing with a top defense in the league like it's nothing, and I'm getting better. Everybody, the AFC, if Baltimore playing like that, tell me another team that's going to compete in the AFC. The Steelers, Buffalo, Bill. You think the Bills going? You know what I mean? Like who? You know what I mean? So I just think that Mahomes showed like, I'm here. Here goes 34 tight ends, linemen, and I'm the best quarterback in the league. And I'm going for trying to be the best quarterback ever. That's what I'm competing when I'm competing against. Well, not Ghost because Tom Brady's still playing, but I'm competing against all timers. And Lamar is great. Russell is great, but I'm doing something. I'm aiming for something greater than both of them. So I think that's what he showed.
I'm gonna come back to you with a question about the second best team in the AFC later, Rad. But I want to go to Mills. So Mills, what do you think this meant for the AFC? Is it the Chiefs show and nobody else's then?
To be honest with you, I kind of agree with Rad. The Chiefs are really that good, and it comes from coaching. Andy Reid is over there. He's calm and he's just throwing out plays, and his team is just they're riding the wave with him, and they're enjoying it. And one thing that they told me when I play sports and stuff like that, it's great to win, but it's also good to have fun. And they're having fun, but they're winning, and it's insane. Like if you look at the plays that Mahomes be making out there, he be enjoying a moment, laughing, giggling. And the team is just so gelled together that it's just impossible for them to lose, And I don't see nobody, like Rash said, I don't see nobody beating them in the long run, especially on the AFC.
So you think they are good because they have fun, or they have fun because they are good? Because it's easy to go out there and laugh and have fun when you put 35 on somebody. I didn't watch the game versus the Chargers, but I guarantee Mahomes wasn't pointing and doing all that stuff like he was doing last night.
Well, Mahomes' personality is more so on that fun giving you side from just looking at him, So I think that's just his personality, the way his characteristics are. But I kind of agree with you though. It's really fun when you're winning, most of the games. But
and doing whatever you want too. Throwing underhand passes to fullback. I would be ecstatic too. All right, Preach. I'm coming to you. AFC. What does it mean?
I don't think it means anything. We knew that the Chiefs was the best team in football. It's not a secret. To beat the man, you got to beat the man, and they're the defending champs. And I don't think it says anything. And I will say this, as far as Lamar Jackson is concerned, this just shows us that his team is terrible, and we got to start saying it. Just like the
wait. I normally don't cut people off. I normally don't. But for you to just put all the badness, I guess I'll say it, on the team and not him as an individual is ridiculous.
Okay.
It's the whole team. The whole team was bad yesterday.
No, I agree. But don't just say the team. You're pretty much saying the people surrounding him.
No, you didn't say one word about the team when you criticize Lamar. You said one word about Mark Andrews dropping balls.
But what I'm saying is, if you put Lamar on different teams, I think you probably would get the same output if you're playing against a defense that's bringing him the same pressure like Kansas City brought him.
So Mahomes is a bottleneck. So Mahomes is, I mean, Lamar is the issue.
I think Lamar is just
Okay,
bad.
let me say this.
Ooh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He said Lamar bad.
If you look at it this way, Patrick Mahomes has Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman. So like Sammy Watkins would have been. He's the best receiver on Baltimore. Like he's legitimate. He would be the best receiver on Baltimore. Like when you look at Baltimore, at the end of the day, they're that good because of Lamar Jackson. Like Marquise Brown, he's I mean, all right. Like is he Will Fuller? Is he maybe a little bit better than Will Fuller? Maybe not.
Deshaun Jackson,
I mean,
He's
like
good
boomer or bust.
He's good with.
No, he's
That's-
I think
he's better than
Hollywood
Goodwin.
Brown is good. Hollywood Brown is.
I'm
good.
not saying
I
he's
think-
not good. I'm
I-
just saying, is he better than Will Fuller? That's all I'm asking.
He's better. He's better than Sammy Watkins if he was on KC.
He is not better than Sammy Watkins.
tell you that
He
much.
was
Yes,
never
he was.
better than Sammy Watkins ever, and he's not better than
Yes,
Sammy
he
Watkins.
was. He was nice.
No, he's not.
Hollywood Brown in college, Oklahoma. You know who he was?
Do you know who Sammy Watkins was? I mean, you making it seem like we mortgage our future for Sammy Watkins, but that's that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. Willie Snead, awful. Miles Boykin, awful. Devin Duvernay, I know he ran something back, awful. Like he does, like Mark Ingram, awful. Gus Edwards, awful. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these players are trash. They're garbage. Doo-doo. And my only issue is you saw that. Like, you constantly saw it. And I'm going to be honest. I'm not saying, like, Lamar doesn't have to grow. But at the end of the day, who else is making plays? He get a ball to the running back, 1 yard. He tried to pass. Nobody's open. There was a few times he missed Marquise Brown. People miss people. That's not like quarterbacks miss people all the time. What I'm saying is when Mark Andrews had the ball in the end zone, you got to catch the ball. That changed the game. If he get that, it's a 7-point game. We're not talking about it like this. The game is totally different. So my point is the way that they surrounded Patrick Mahomes, how about you do that for Lamar Jackson? And if we can say that Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback, he most certainly is. And if that's the case, then that means that Lamar Jackson should have that help. We see what happened in Buffalo. We had one of the worst quarterbacks in football. Now all of a sudden we have one of the best quarterbacks in football. Why? John Brown, Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley. You know what I'm saying? Like it just makes sense. And if you know if we can do something about Dawson Knox, then maybe we'd be a little bit better. But that's neither here nor there.
Preach. I 100% agree with everything you just said, bro. Watching that game, I'm like, man, these receivers they did nothing, man.
Garbage.
Nothing.
Do y'all know that?
Lamar missed passes. He did.
a couple.
He did. But come on, man.
Yeah.
Willie Snead, the fourth. Is he the fourth or the fifth? I am having sore. But it was like, I don't know, man. These wide receivers for Baltimore, the Bills went and got Stephon Diggs.
Facts.
Baltimore should have went out there and got a better receiver. I know they want to be a running team, had a tight ends.
Stephon Diggs.
Y'all lost Hayden Hurst. Y'all could have helped Lamar out a little bit with passing. He got to be better, yes. But come on, man. The wide receivers.
And they not even running the ball effectively.
I do
honestly,
agree
like
that-
Ingram ain't doing nothing. What is he doing?
I do agree that he can have better weapons on the outside. I agree with that.
He
I'm
should.
not gonna argue that he should, and he should, right? But this team gonna win like 13 games, right?
So what?
It's only the team that's definitively better than them in the AFC is the Chiefs, and that's because of Patrick Mahomes.
It's
so
not.
all that y'all saying is fine and stuff.
Is Travis
but
Kelce the best tight end in football? Yes.
Okay.
Is Tyreek Hill a top 5 receiver? Yes.
Okay.
So like,
Okay.
can he at least get that? I mean, can he get something?
You can't get that because they're on that team. What do you
That's
mean?
not okay then. So what I'm saying
Andrews
is,
a top 5 tight end. He got a top 5
well,
tight end.
not dropping passes, but that's neither here nor there. Not dropping passes.
Bro, the problem is with Baltimore. Well, the Lamar Jackson era. I think he's 24-3 or 21-3 or something like that. The issue with him is he cannot win from behind. That is his problem. Like the games that they won, they started off on top.
Oh God.
When he's behind by more than double digits, he can't win a game.
But
let Mills finish. Go ahead, Mills. That's a good point, Mills.
Can I push back on that a little bit? How often has he been behind? Like,
games.
so
Everybody
like
lost.
that's a small sample size. Like, dang, let the man lose more.
But
God.
But you can use it until it's not true anymore.
Okay, but what I'm saying is
That's how it
what
goes.
I'm saying is that's a small sample size. Like, I like to say that he can't win from behind. Like, I'm not
He
gonna.
hasn't.
Okay, he
Let's
has
say
not
he
won.
hasn't.
He has not won from behind in 4 games. Like, do y'all hear what y'all saying? Like,
But he only played 25.
But I think,
Okay.
I think their style
Whatever.
of play is the reason why, right? They are a running team. When you get behind and you got to pass, they don't have the weapons. So they got to get out in front and they got to ground and pound and bring it at you. Because once they get behind, it's hard for them to catch up because they don't have that offense.
I agree. Their running game is terrible this year. That's the problem. They can't run the ball. Like, we got to start. Like, if you look at just who got Ingram in fantasy, they're upset because he doesn't score. J.K. Dobbins is not doing nothing. Gus Edwards, like, that's the problem. They're not running the ball effectively, and then that's putting a lot of pressure on Lamar Jackson. And then once you see he don't got no weapons, there goes the issue. The thing about the Chiefs is they can score in bunches because Tyreek Hill can give you 74 yards. Mecole Hardman can catch a bomb. Like the only thing that the Ravens got to offer is Lamar Jackson breaking it for about 70 yards, prayerfully.
Start all Ravens next week.
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Oh, we
I
gonna
want
talk
to
about-
stop.
we gonna talk about
I want
that.
to stop. I do want to stop.
Oh, we gonna talk about that,
because I don't know what I'm saying. We do this a lot. A lot of people do this. We look at a game and be like, oh, this and that. We make these declarations. The Chiefs is a good team. The Chiefs do have a good
They're the best team. They're the best team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
By
like,
far.
I don't want to make this whole thing like the Ravens need to change course and Mills acting like Lamar is like a baby. I don't want to go that far yet. But the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs did separate themselves. But so I do want to go here because the Chiefs went to go 3-0 to join a couple other undefeated teams: the Seahawks, the Bills, the Packers, Titans, Pittsburgh, and the Bears. We see what happened with the Titans after this week. So I want to know. So are we all in agreement that the Chiefs is the best team in the league? Then,
Yes.
For sure.
all right. So who is the second best undefeated team then?
Green
So
Bay.
you have the Seahawks, the Bills, Green Bay, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, and the Bears.
Green
Rad,
Oh,
Green
Seattle.
Bay. Okay, well, let me ask Rad, why Green Bay?
Green Bay, because they defense, they got defensive, like they got secondary is young and getting better. They got pass rushers. They got a running, they effective running. They 1 and 2 wide receivers that everybody was screaming at. Why didn't Green Bay get a better weapon? They're actually improving, right? Lazard, MVS.
balling.
They actually okay, right? And if they're quality players, and you got Devontae Adams, who's a top 2 or 3 receiver in the league. I know Sam don't like him, but he's good actually.
I have him on my fantasy team. What are you talking
I know, but you don't like him. But I'm saying, in Aaron Rodgers, right?
not
And Aaron
good.
Rodgers got a lot to. Aaron Rodgers got a lot to prove, and he putting up 30 a game. Like he's putting up 30 a game, and I think the defense is the reason. The defense and the emerging wide receiver 2s or 3s on that team is making it right. Aaron Jones looking like a beast. Aaron Jones looking like a top 5, top 4 running back in the league right now, and they almost seem like even more complete than KC, but I think Mahomes is just that much better playing that much better. So I gotta go. Mahomes is the ultimate best team, but right under that is Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay Packers for me.
All right, Mills, you say Seattle. Why?
That was a good argument, Rad.
Now you about to change
I do it
your.
every day. I do it for a living, bro.
But I mean, I do got Seattle. But I mean, Brad brought up some valid points, and they made me question my thought because Seattle run game is not that great.
You crazy.
And Carson just got hurt, right?
Yeah, but they say it's only a bruise or something like that. He's
Okay.
Spraying. He be all right.
Oh, why? I just put $7 on Carlos Hyde. Let me go get my money back, dude.
Now you gonna have a week with him.
I don't need that.
Every other argument that Rad threw out there, though, you can say the same thing for Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle defense is terrible.
Terrible.
The worst in the league.
Right, but it's not that great. But the difference is
No, it's the worst in
They
the
have-
league. Roger said.
they have this guy by the name of Russell Wilson, and he's averaging about 5 touchdowns a game, which is ridiculous.
It's a fact.
and I think whatever team that they play against, they can match whatever that team is doing. If they play at KC and KC giving you 35, Russ can come back and give you 35. They play in Green Bay, they give them 30, they can come back and give them 30. They're averaging 30 points a game as well. And they got Tyler Lockett that's playing great. They got DK Metcalf that's playing great, minus an early celebration. Freaking
man.
Crap. And truth be told, Greg Olsen is playing a good role over there right now. He's getting first downs when they need him to get first downs. He's separating himself from the linebackers to make plays. And if they can just get a strong run game, I think they'll be absolutely.
Let Russ cook.
Yo, stop saying that. Chris Carson is not bad.
It's clearly let Russ cook though. Can you agree to that?
I can agree with that.
No, definitely let Russ. Yo, I've never heard somebody talk about first downs more than Mills. I heard Mills loves first down.
Is valuable, bro. They're very valuable, bro.
No,
you can score without first downs. It's possible.
You can.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard though.
It is.
Now let's do the Chiefs and you just throw a 50-yard bomb to Mecole Hardman. That was impressive because obviously it's not for just new for Mahomes, but he literally threw that ball while Mecole was still doing his route before he even broke, and the ball was in the air and he ran to the spot and it was perfect. Like Mahomes is different. But preach, who you got? Seahawks, Bills, Packers, Titans, Pittsburgh, or the Bears?
I
love for Nick Foles.
I got a tie. Yeah, man, it's a tie for me. The Buffalo Bills and the Bears.
Are you serious with the Bears?
Yeah, I'm serious with the Bears. Honestly, with the switch to Nick Foles, aka Big Dick Nick. Pause.
We wildin'. Yo.
That's what they call him. They call him that in Philly.
No, I never heard that on my bro.
They call
don't ever call another man that ever in your life.
They call him that.
I'm grown.
Yo, don't ever in your life call another
they
man.
call him that.
Without me. Finish the show without me. I'm out.
Yo.
They call him
Sam,
that.
Sam,
That's
Sam.
his
I'm
nickname.
really crying.
You can't even pause. You
crying,
can't even
bro.
pause it.
I paused that.
You can't pause that. You can't pause that, Joe.
That's what they call him.
It's still playing, bro. You can't pause that. It's still
Anyways, that's
playing.
what they.
Fast forward, you can't do that.
That's what
It's still playing, bro.
they call him that in Philly. You know what I'm saying?
No, they
And,
don't.
no, they honest to God, they do.
You should have kept that to yourself,
Oh
bro.
my god. I had to go upstairs real quick. I need
okay.
some air.
Anyways,
Not a point.
like I was saying,
Hold on, let's wait for the edit to get over. So let's start now.
We don't
No,
have to start.
the show is completely off the rails now. I don't know how we even get back on.
Listen,
I don't know how we get back on.
I'm telling y'all, the Bears at every level is good.
Yo, those three words will never come out my mouth ever.
He only wanted to say the Bears so he could say that.
Yeah,
That's the whole reason.
I did.
That's it.
I did. I did.
Yo,
But that's his
Look at
nickname.
that.
That's his nickname.
Yo, it's crazy. You might as well just cut him off and go to the next topic.
Yo,
Like, moving on.
no.
Listen, I'm telling y'all, the Bears at every level. Nick Foles, serviceable quarterback. They got good weapons on the outside. David Montgomery is a great back. I think he's a top 10 back. Also, their defense is good. I'm just being honest,
They just lost Cohen though.
and that's fine. I think you're gonna see
Everybody
that.
turn the AC
Yo,
on,
they
man.
just
Crazy.
they should have lost 2 of those games they was played.
Yeah, but
if it wasn't for Detroit and Atlanta, Dan Quinn still got a job somehow.
Yeah,
they should be 1 and 2.
But the Chiefs should have lost
All
too, so we're not saying
Say
that.
if and buts was candy and nuts,
Yeah.
I mean,
they're
both
Yeah,
the worst 3-0 team I think I ever saw.
Okay, that's fine,
fine.
and that's fine. But at the end of the day, like I said, they have studs on defense. They got blue chippers on defense, and I like the team, and I think that Matt Nagy is going to show that he is the offensive play caller that we think he is. Now, according to the Bills, I think the Bills is amazing, man. Like, we beat a Rams team that I think is one of the best in the NFC. Josh Allen is playing like an MVP candidate. And our defense is kind of scaring me. But at the end of the day, if you look around the league, everybody's getting scored on. I don't know if it's just a lack of offseason. Maybe the defense is going to come on later. Probably that's what I'm thinking. So I think I don't mind people getting scored on right now because it's across the league. But we can put up points with the best of them. We can score in bunches. So with that, I'm fine. Like I think the Bills could win the Super Bowl, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I've been saying the Bills was going to the Super Bowl since week 2. Once Josh started going in on Philly,
Mike is
Philly.
week 3.
No, I said I've been saying this since week 2. I know. I obviously rap, but I'm saying I started saying the Bills going to the Super Bowl during the Dolphins game. So, and I'm on that train. I think they are number 2 because I think our defense. I'm not worried about our defense at all. Like me, Naz was so mad at me because he was texting me about the defense, and I had nothing for him. I mean, McDermott defenses, they give up points. I won't go into it. I'm gonna save it for overdue Bills. Saturday, I'm sure we're gonna talk that, but I'm not worried about the Bills. And if Josh gonna look like this is all predicated on Josh Allen putting up 400 yards every game. If they're gonna do that, and I expect McDermott and Leslie get that defense rolling, I mean, like it's similar to almost Green Bay, like you're saying. You got the defense, and you got the offense that can put up points. But that boy Mahomes something bad. So let's get into it. My guy Millie. So Mills, hopefully you can turn it around. Hopefully you could, get back on track. Because for a while there you were good. People was winning money. Now everybody coming to watch Everybody Eats beat with me and Rad because we winning people money. I want to get in this week, so everybody tune in Thursday for that.
I want some bread too.
Oh, you want some money? Rad was in the money.
Bread.
So let's see. So Mills, do you remember who you had last time? Because it's been a while since you done this. Do you remember who your picks were? I think you had Patriots over under or something.
Well,
Patriot.
the one I really lost on that I said the Giants was gonna win whatever game that was.
That's a terrible idea. I say if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. So how do you feel about this week? Do you feel good about your team?
I had my last one was it was the Bengals Browns. I had them under 43, and I said
the Bengals had what 35 themselves. I mean the Browns had
it went over.
Yeah.
To say the least,
it went over. It went over. But then I had the Giants versus the Bears. I had the Giants plus 5.5.
Yo, if it didn't hit, we ain't talking about it, man.
Yeah, I don't know why we're talking about it. Yeah.
We ain't talking about the misses.
That's why I said how you feel, man. You feel good this week?
My Monday joint hit though. I feel good. I feel real good this week, man, because we changing it up a little bit. It's normally my picks of the week, but previously we had somebody that wanted to step up to the plate against the champ, my man Preach. And each week is going to be me versus Preach. As you guys, and if you don't know, me and Preach are the preachers. That's why they call him Preach. I'm just Mills, but we are the preachers. So we gonna throw a little twist in there.
Rev, you want to be?
Nah.
Deacon,
Rev.
You want to be Deacon?
I'm good. Nah,
Armor Bear.
I'm good.
Armor Hammer.
I like Armor Hammer. I do like. I like Armor Hammer.
I'm good, but we gonna add a little twist to it though, man. We gonna throw it out there. You're gonna get betting advice from the preachers. That's pretty much it. Each week we're gonna give y'all 3 games.
And you gotta tie if you win. And that's the deal. You gotta tie if you win.
Holy numbers, y'all. Holy numbers.
We're gonna give y'all 3 games each week. You see which one got the best advice, who get the most, wins, most, win money and all that other stuff. And we're just going to go from there. Obviously, the challenger always go first. So we're going to let Preach start it off.
Okay.
Give y'all his
how you doing this? Y'all going back? He going to give you all 3 or y'all going back and forth?
I could give you all 3 because mine's, y'all need to hear this. Write it down. So let me say this. I don't necessarily like giving my picks out this early in the week, because they don't give me a lot of the lines that I want. Lines change, but nonetheless, we could do it. My first pick is Baltimore against the Washington football team. But hear me closely. I'm only going the first quarter spread. First quarter spread, right? The spread for the first quarter is -2.5. So I got Baltimore coming out gangbusters. They just lost against, you know what I mean?
KC.
The Chiefs, the KC. They going to come out like gangbusters. They going to probably be went up by like 3 touchdowns first quarter. So
I like 2.5. I like that.
Yeah, 2.5. You can't beat that. The Washington football team may be the worst team in football right now, besides the Jets.
There you go.
My second pick, do you want to get your pick, Mills? Because your pick probably.
I figured y'all go back and forth. You're 1-1.
You can get your pick.
Oh, we can do that. I'm a little different to Preach. I'm gonna give y'all a Thursday, a Sunday, and a Monday every week. Thursday night game is really it sucks, but it's the Jets versus the Broncos.
So why would you do it?
Because that's what I do.
Okay.
Thursday, Sunday,
right.
Monday.
All right.
I'm
There you
going.
go.
They call me over under Mills for a reason. I'm making it plain and simple. We going total game. I'm going under 40, but I'm gonna give y'all a little parlay, and I'm gonna go Jets plus 1.5.
I don't think you could do that, but you can't.
Why can't you?
You can't parlay in the same game, right, Mills. But anyways, my second pick is Rams versus Giants. Rams just lost to the Bills, of course. Some say it's a controversial call. They're back at home. I think they're going to be fine against the Giants. Giants, one of the worst teams in football. Hear me quickly. I got halftime for the Rams to score 15.5, over 15.5. The over. Take the over. 16, that's a lot. They got 3 touchdowns for sure. They're scoring bunches. They at home against the Giants. And that's minus 125. My first pick was minus 150. You put those together, you might got something.
Start all your Rams. Start all your Rams.
Mills, I don't think it's a parlay if you do the same game.
You can't.
It's just one ticket.
Yeah.
A parlay, I think parlay is multiple games.
No. You cannot parlay the same game.
So you can't. You can do multiple bets.
No, I can't pick. You can't pick, right? So he said, he picked the under 40 and then picked the Miami to win 1.5 in the same ticket. You can't do that. Not on the same game. Not the same game.
Okay, I thought on basketball. I know on basketball you could. All right, Mills. What's
So
your
you can
second
do
pick?
it on different
I thought
tickets.
you could do that.
You can do it on different tickets.
Okay, do it on different tickets. There you go.
It's a conflict. They just won't let you do it.
All right,
Yeah.
go ahead, Millie.
Sunday, New England, Kansas City. Going.
What?
What happened?
We trying to figure out this stupid pick. That's what. We're trying to figure out this stupid pick.
Mills do over unders. That's why.
Okay.
I'm going over 54.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going
Yo.
New England plus 7.
The Ravens was 54.5. They hit 54, bro. They know what they doing out there.
I know it was bad. It was crazy.
That's
It was
crazy.
crazy. I'm going over 54.
No, it was a lot.
I'm going New England plus 7,
If you want over.
and I'm going money line Kansas City.
Okay.
So you got 3 bets on that. So you got the over.
What is he talking
You
about?
got the Patriots plus 7 and the Chiefs money line. Whoo!
Right.
A lot going on. All right. Go ahead, preach. So preach, this is your last one. What you got?
I'm gonna go a little chalk on this one. I was kind of trying to stay off of it because I don't like you don't bet with your heart. But I got Buffalo minus
Let's
3.
go, Buffalo.
I got Buffalo minus 3 against the Raiders. I mean, at the end of the day, we're a good team, right? If I'm saying that we're the second best team in the AFC, then we have to beat the Raiders by 3 points. I mean, or by more than 3 points. I mean, it's just common sense.
I say the New England just beat them by 16.
Exactly.
Was it in Vegas or was it in Foxborough?
I'm not sure, but it don't matter. We should beat
I'm
them.
not sure.
We should beat them by more.
But
Than
ours would be in Vegas, obviously.
Yeah.
But
I think I see the Bills winning by 10, at least 10 points.
I respect that. Yeah, me too. All right, Mills, your last one. What you got?
Word of advice: never bet with the Bills or against the Bills. It's something you just don't do. But I'm gonna make it short and sweet.
We just
got,
covered the 3. What are you
Monday.
talking about?
We got the Monday night game. I'm just going straight money line Atlanta. Atlanta gonna win this game. They got a lot to prove right now.
Yeah, you just picking teams.
Against Green Bay, right?
They playing
Against the
Green
best
Bay.
team, the best team in the league, I said. A terrible Atlanta team.
Dan Quinn is
Mark my
fired
word.
after this game. Next, Mike, because don't.
he
Mark
should
my
be
word.
fired today.
Please.
I don't.
He should be fired.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Atlanta.
I don't get it.
It's white privilege.
I,
It's white privilege. That's all it is.
it gotta be. I just don't get it.
Adam
I
Gates,
do
white
not get
privilege.
it.
Yeah, it's white privilege.
I do not get it.
If that was
It's insane.
if that was Lovie Smith, he would have been fired immediately. Like he,
It's-
matter of fact, I take that back. He was fired immediately.
Yo, you know
Pictures.
he has 3 of the worst losses in NFL history.
Yes.
The Super Bowl and them last 2.
Yes.
Like nobody.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
he has
but
3.
but that's my point. That's why they're gonna come out and they're gonna win. You're gonna have a healthy Julio.
Mills, they said it
Julio
about the
settled
last
out.
game. They just said it about the last game.
All right,
They
bro.
literally just
All
said
right,
that.
All right. Don't ask me for a cut when boys win on that Atlanta. How about
All right,
that?
Mike? We can move on.
Just said, you picked Atlanta or you said money line? Well,
Money line.
Yeah, Atlanta.
That is
So
absolutely-
yeah, Atlanta gonna win just to win straight up.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna see. Make sure y'all got those recorded. Matter of fact, put them in the notes. I'm gonna put it online too. for everybody can see what picture I got, and we're gonna come back. Well,
Yo, real quick,
so
though, real
on
quick.
Thursdays, y'all gonna do this because we're not gonna do it during the show, right? So y'all gonna do it Thursdays. Y'all gonna go live on Thursdays and do this.
Yeah.
Real quick
Go
though,
ahead, Mills.
I do like. I don't know if you guys know, but I saw it online. I think today it was a guy that won 34,000 off $1,000 bet. He bet that Mahomes would have the first, touchdown a day as a rushing touchdown.
36,000.
So, excuse me.
Yeah, I'm a real better. Mike, you can go.
But you gotta have 1,000 to bet on that.
Yeah, but if you'd have put 100, you put 100 down, you'd have won some money. You put $10 down. I was just like plus 500 or something like that. But anyways,
All right, so we talk football here. Me and Rad Daily Fantasy Fridays, Overdue Bills. We talk a lot of football, but nowhere else do we talk the association. So let's get into it. So we know the championship is LA versus Miami, but I want to talk about a couple of the teams that missed because it's some interesting stories out there. So, Preach, I'm gonna come to you first. People are optimistic about Denver. They're young. The core is young with Jokic and Murray, Michael Porter Jr. Some people, and by some people I mean Tony, is excited about Bo. So they got some young pieces that, if, next year, 2 years, 3 years, they could be the team. So let me know, how do you feel about Denver and their potential of what they can be going forward, knowing that they lost to the Lakers?
I'm gonna be honest. I was off of Denver prior to the pandemic season, or at least the playoffs part of it, and I think I'm a believer, man. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a believer. Jokic and Murray are top 17 players in basketball at this point in their careers.
You call Murray a top 5 point guard, didn't he?
Listen,
top 10?
I'm gonna be honest. Like if you ask me, is Jamal Murray better than Kemba Walker? I'm gonna say Jamal Murray is better than him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I'm looking at. I can't really put him over like a Dame Lillard or a Kyrie Irving just yet.
You better than Bradley Beal?
He is Bradley. He's better than Bradley. But I was just talking to somebody about that. Jamal Murray is better than Bradley Beal. He's better than
talking to somebody about.
I was. That. He's better than Devin
Booker.
He's better than Devin Booker. Yes. Yeah. He's a top 17 player. He's a top 17 player. He's better than Ben Simmons. He's better than Russell Westbrook. He's better than.
Oh, you got a list.
Yeah. He's better than Jimmy Butler, in my opinion.
So the question is the Denver Nuggets gonna win the championship?
No, they're not gonna win the championship because they got some things that they gotta figure out.
Never.
Jeremy Grant opted out his contract. He was a big piece on defense. His offense came along really well. They gotta figure it out. He's gonna get a lot of money. I don't think they're gonna repay him. They gotta figure out Paul Millsap minutes. At the end of the day, he's just bad. Michael Porter Jr. has to play better. He has to keep taking that leap. And Tony, I know he said Bobo, but again, it's Bobo. And so some things got to happen in the offseason. Like they one or two pieces away. Maybe one, definitely one, but and Jokic got to play better. Correct? He didn't have a good game in his Lakers series. He disappointed me. But
They're scared to shoot.
Well, that's neither
That
here.
mid range.
Yeah, but Jamal Murray, he showed me. Like I actually seen it. He got the dog in him. Like he has the dog in him. He got it. I'm impressed.
I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick. You say they're a piece away. Do you have some piece in mind?
A piece? You know what? It's tough because honestly, I would have said Paul George prior to Paul George being the worst basketball player in history. Like I would have said he would be the perfect person, that defensive player, offensive player, but he's like so bad. So I'm trying to reevaluate. Like if they had like a Klay Thompson type player, good defensively, can score 30 at a given moment, somebody like that. I don't know who that is right now. I would say Bradley Beal. You know what I'm saying? I would say, but because at the end of the day, Jamal Murray needs to be off ball sometimes. So they need another ball handler, right? Monte Morris is good. God bless him. He's just not good enough. And at the end of the day, Gary Harris can't score better than Mills. So at the end of the day, they missing something, but they trying. They getting there.
All right. So slap my hand if this is a bad comparison. But it feels like Denver is now the new Boston. And now Boston is almost like Toronto. It seemed like Boston has now reached that point that they can't get high. They can't get over the hump. In 2016, first round exit to the Hawks. 2017, first round conference finals exit to the Cavs. 2018, conference finals to the Cavs. 2019 conference semifinals to the Bucks, and this year conference finals again to the Heat. So they keep getting to the conference finals, but they can't win and get to the championship. So Rad, let me come to you. Has Boston plateaued, you think? Is this what they are in 2 days? Shake something up.
It's hard to say plateau because they're so young, right?
Yep.
They're so young. I think the Kyrie experiment set them back, right? If they got Kemba that time when they got Kyrie, I think they probably would been better, probably in a better position, if that makes sense. So I think the Kyrie experiment set him back. I think Jason Tatum, he got to become more consistent, right? He got to become more consistent. He and too often he just go offers in first halves and just not be as good. I think Jaylen Brown is getting better for sure. I think I really like Jaylen Brown. Yeah. I think Marcus Smart means well, but I think he take too much shots for me sometimes. It's like, bro, he take too many threes, right? So I don't know. I think they're good. I think it's Brad Stevens' issue more so. I think the team is good. The talent is there. And I can't say plateau because they're so young. You're right. They're so young.
What do you mean Brad Stevens' issue?
I think it's a Brad Stevens issue. I think.
No, I'm saying, what do you say? What does that mean?
It's a coaching. It's the reason they can't get over the hump.
Oh,
it's the coach.
No, so it's his fault.
Yeah, I think the talent. Okay. I think the talent is there. I think Kemba was hurt a little bit, right? Gordon Hayward was hurt. Timber was hurt. But I still think they had enough. They should have competed more with the Heat. And I think it's a Brad Stevens issue. I think Brad Stevens needs to figure something out. He needs to figure something out. The talent is there. He got to this point a few times. I think he took the LeBron Cavs with it. It was just LeBron by himself to 7. And I think he had the better team, honestly. But LeBron James is LeBron James, so I'm not be mad at you for losing LeBron James. But I think it's a Brad Stevens issue, and I think the talent is there. And I don't think they plateaued. I think their time is coming.
You definitely can't be mad losing to LeBron James, not in the championship, because on his way to the championship, I mean, he steamrolled everybody for sure.
That's a fact.
Why is Brad Stevens not Scotty Brooks of OKC? Why do we put Brad Stevens in this category? Like he's just the greatest coach of all time when Brad just
college.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Yo, they what? Everybody strike good once or twice. He was playing, in a terrible division, and he got hot in the in the tourney. No, give me a break. Anybody can do that.
I'm gonna shoot Brad Stevens some bell on this thing because they were bad. But before those picks became something, he was improving that team, right? Scotty Brooks had to get each one of those picks, and then once they all got there, they were good. Before
that's
everybody
not true.
Was there. No, yeah, that's a fact. He had Isaiah Thomas as his best player on the team, and they got to the conference finals. Well, Isaiah Thomas is the best player on the team. The best player on Scotty Brooks' team has been Kevin Durant, and we're not comparing Kevin Durant to Isaiah Thomas, are we? We're not. So it's opposite.
Do you want me to compare him? Can I compare him?
You can compare Isaiah Thomas to Kevin Durant?
Well, he's gonna try. Let him try.
We're talking about individual seasons, and that individual season, Isaiah Thomas played the best basketball of his entire life, and he was playing just as good as Kevin Durant. I mean, was you watching it? Because I know I was watching it. I don't like when people say that, man. If you watch the games, Isaiah Thomas played the best basketball of his entire life, and it was amazing. I'm gonna just keep it a stat.
Remember when I said when two people doing the same thing and one somebody doing it way better, it's not the same thing no more. I'm just gonna insert that.
I'm gonna get that old 707.
They got to the same place, so I don't know what you're talking about.
No, KD got to the finals.
Got to the finals one time.
They did not get to the same place, Sam.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is KD lost in the Western Conference Finals. KD lost before the Western. What are you talking about? He lost. I seen him.
Stevens not got to the finals.
That's my point.
Isaiah Thomas got to the finals.
Scotty Brooks.
It's because Butler probably because what he did at Butler.
Okay, my point is that Brad Stevens is not as good a coach as we think he is. That was my whole point, and he should be fired just like Scotty Brooks was. But that's neither here nor there.
Well, KD left, so that's the difference.
Huh?
KD left.
Well, he still should be fired like Scotty Brooks. I don't.
No, actually, no, I'm wrong. They fired him before.
They fired him.
before
Yeah, they got Billy
before
Donovan.
KD.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Melly. So I'm gonna come to you, because we're gonna talk the Clippers. The Clippers underperformed. They were underwhelming. You know, Doc Rivers is under the bus because they separated, and you always see this with coaches that are respected. Teams don't want to say that, oh, we fired them, as if Doc Rivers was the one to say, yeah, I don't want to coach one of the best teams in basketball anymore. I don't want to live in one of the best cities in the United States anymore. Let's go ahead and part ways because I want to pursue other endeavors. And it's a chance he may say, like, I'm good. I need to step away for a little bit, get my mind clear. It's possible, but I doubt it. But so, Mills, what do you think about the Clippers and Doc Rivers separating? You think it was time for him to go, or you think they were just looking for a scapegoat? And it's hard. It's easier to blame the coach than it is to blame a player that you traded all your first round picks for, and Paul George, and a player like Kawhi Leonard.
I think it was time for him to go, but I also think this season that we're in right now, it ended badly for him due to lack of play by his players. Obviously, I mean, over the 7 years that he's been there, they haven't been terrible. They've been a pretty decent team. I think his record, he won about 60% of his games while being there. So he has a winning record there, but they're not getting the job done. Ultimately, you want to get the job done. Out of his 7 years there, I think they went to the playoffs 6 times, and they haven't made it to the conference finals 1 time. Out of the 6 times they've been there. They got kicked out in the first round 3 times, and they got kicked out in the second round, I think, 3 times. So, I mean, they're not living up to what you think they should be, especially this year, man. We expected, to see the Lakers versus the Clippers, in the Western Conference Finals. And I think when I stated previously, when you asked, our predictions, I said it was going to be the state of California. I said it was going to be California. Somebody from California was going to win. And the Clippers let the whole world down. They're up 3-1 to Denver, like you said. Denver, showed that they have that dog in them, to come back, and win games. They did it twice. You know what I'm saying? And that looks bad. Like you said, they traded away a lot of people to get the players that they had. And it just sucks that it had to be him, because I actually like Doc. You know what I mean? He's a good person. His attitude is good. And I don't think he's a bad coach. But I think the position he was in the way it ended up, it was just time to separate and, and try and do better, because they couldn't get the job done. And that's ultimately what you want to do, is get the job done.
I know we don't got to talk about this now, but it was a lot in the playoff that I'll be watching the game. Like, I don't know about that, Doc. I don't know about this decision, Doc. So he got let go. I mean, unfortunate. I hate to see somebody get fired because, got families and whatnot. But I think it was time for them to separate. And, I mean, I'm not against having a conversation about Doc Rivers and how good of a coach he is if somebody ever want to have it. But we don't gotta have that. We gotta have it right here. We gotta have it right now. We gotta talk right now. We could talk that later. But I do want to talk about the championship, because we have the Lakers versus the Heat. Game start Wednesday, and I'm excited. Hopefully they stagger it with football games. Hopefully they do like a Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. I don't compete with the NFL. It's gonna be hard for them not to, probably. But I want to be able to watch every single game. So, Rad, what you think about this matchup? You like it?
I think it's very interesting, right? I think it's very interesting. I don't know who to compare the Heat to. I don't want to say the Detroit Pistons, 04 Pistons.
That's what I've been saying.
I guess I
have nothing better.
Yeah, I guess that's the closest you can go. But it's an interesting thing, right? Because I think the whole Anthony Davis mismatch and how he's been dominating, I think Bam is a perfect player to like throw at him. I'm not saying Bam gonna contain him or Bam gonna win the matchup, but Bam is playing like he's the best big man in the league, right? And I think that's a perfect. And Jimmy Butler to take on LeBron, like, it's few people that you think like that's gonna stand up and say, "Yo, I'm taking on LeBron and I'm gonna do everything I can to stop him, right? So them two players to check the other opposing two stars, I like that. Now they are a worse version of the other two, but everybody else around Miami, the shooters they got, if Tyler Herro, they call him a bucket. If he really gonna play like a bucket like how he played in last series, the Lakers gonna have a problem on their hand. They're gonna have a problem on their hand. I think there's a long series. I think Miami gonna probably win game one. And Miami's the better shooting team. I think they're the more active team. They're the better coach team. Spoelstra is one of those coaches that I think is underrated coach to get this team to playing like this. And I think it's a really good series. I think it's a long series, and I think LeBron needs to be at his best. Anthony Davis they both need to be at their best, obviously. But I think like consistently, I don't know. I could see Miami beating them 4 times. Like that wouldn't shock me. I know they a big underdog in Vegas and everything, but I don't know why. Miami has been playing great. They only lost 2, 3. They only lost 3 games, 4 games this whole since the playoffs started. 2 or 3 games since the playoffs started, and I can see them winning this. I can see them winning it. I think it's a great matchup.
I think if Spoelstra win this, is huge for him right now, right? Because when we talk Phil Jackson, yeah, he had Kobe and he had Mike and Shaq, but it's Phil Jackson. Yeah, Doc had Tony Parker and Tim Duncan and Manu and David Robinson, but it's Pop. Same thing with Pat Riley, and we'll talk about him later. But when we talk about Spoelstra, it's like, he had LeBron and Wade. Like people don't talk about him as being a great coach. It was like you kind of came along for the ride, similar to Ty Lue and LeBron. I think if he win this, I think that conversation changes. I think it's starting to change now, anyways. But
Yeah,
if he win this, I think
I agree.
it changes.
Yeah, he don't jump the obvious names like the pops.
Yeah,
He jump everybody else. I mean, he jumped like the Rick Carlisles of the world. Like he right with you, bro. Like you got to give him that.
yeah. I mean,
Not high, if not higher.
yeah, exactly. All right, Preach. What you think?
Like y'all too, I thought about the comparison, 04 Pistons team, but the only issue with that is that I think Bam is better than Anthony Davis.
What?
I
What just happened?
I think Bam is better than Anthony Davis. I think. I'm gonna be
Hey,
honest.
y'all talking about me and my Ryan Fitzpatrick take? What is going on?
Mike,
Preach come on
Mike-
show once a week.
I agree with you, Mike. I agree with you, Mike.
serious.
But you can't bring that Fitzpatrick thing back.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Just
Yeah, that
don't
was
bring
awful.
that.
But no,
My
seriously,
dog,
seriously.
Fitzmagic.
Bam I think he's better than Anthony Davis. I think Bam is a mixture. Honestly, I was thinking about the player comps. I think he's Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, and Tim Duncan all in one. I'm gonna be honest.
So he's just the best power forward of all time. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Y'all know what he's talking about.
Yes.
Don't let Charles Barkley drink the whiskey. Why don't you? Why not? Why stop there?
Well, he don't have that.
Moses Malone, Bill Russell. Why stop at those 3?
I'm gonna say that, Mike.
Why not name everybody?
I like that Moses. Keep that. But no, seriously, I like that Moses. Keep that. But defensively, I'm be honest. Defensively,
talk about
he can check 1 through 5.
I like Bam.
Defensively, he can check 1 through 5. Offensively, he's coming into his own. I think like this Celtics series, people don't give him enough credit. He was the best player in the series by far. It wasn't close. He literally checked everybody he had to. He did, even in the zone. People don't understand. If you're a basketball savant, you understand that when you have a back person behind you that's really, really good in the zone, it makes it so much easier for everybody. And I think Bam did that. He's an underrated passer. He's a top 5 passer. I know we talk about Jokic and all this, but Bam is just as good as a passer. That's a fact. And like I was saying, offensively, like he has it. Like it's there. The jump shot there. Like I'm talking about, like the clock was running down. They was giving Bam the ball to make a move. Like like he was making it fadeaways. Like I seen it. He reminded me of like the fadeaways was that Rasheed, like that. You know what I'm saying? That Rasheed. And so for me,
Anthony Davis gonna check him too, though.
yeah, I don't, and that's fine. Honestly, that's fine. I think Bam is if he's not better than Anthony Davis, he's just as good. And I think that they're like right here neck and neck. But I will say this in all fairness, the Lakers should win only because of LeBron, right? I think LeBron if he is who we say he is, then LeBron should be able to beat the Heat. He should be able to do that. Granted, the Heat has better role players, but
they got bodies to throw at him.
and that's fine. But because if you're great, you should be able to. I can recall the Celtics, they had bodies. I can remember they had James Posey, they had Paul Pierce, they threw Ray Allen at Kobe. But at the end of the day, when you the best, you the best. And Kobe defeated them. So I think LeBron should be able to do this here at this stage in his career.
It's funny because when the bubble first started and I was downstairs in my basement watching like basketball from 1 to 9, like I was watching the Heat would be on, and I'd be watching the game, and the whole time I'm like, yo, Bam is the most important player on this team, not Jimmy. But I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to, create a whole stir. I'm gonna wait for the bubble to progress. But it was the little things. He was involved in every single play because of the pick and roll. And he was setting great picks, none of that BS moving screen like the White used to do. Hard picks, rolling, catching it and passing, making the right decisions. Like Preach said, he is a great passer. Defense, we've seen that block on Tatum. So I agree with you, Preach, except with the fact that he's like you're just saying he's better than Anthony Davis, and he's a mix of all the greatest, big men of all time. That was a little too far, but I think I'm excited about that Bam AD matchup.
Yeah.
So
shout out Real, top fan Real, man. If you watch it,
Real.
Great call, bro. Great call, man.
He called it. Well,
he's
he's a Heat fan. He's a Heat fan.
He still called it.
He still called
Well, okay, Mills was saying the Bills will go Super Bowl every year,
But they
and
don't.
One year he's gonna be right, and he called it.
No,
Like, no, I'm not giving.
he's not right.
I'm not giving real credit. I'm not giving real
that's not-
credit.
I give Real credit.
that's
I'm not.
You got to.
I have to see. Does he say this every year? If he said he is going every year, at some point you probably gonna be right.
No, because
I understand.
I don't know if you do or
nobody's
not,
saying the Jets is going to the Super Bowl.
Before I guarantee with some Jets fan.
Okay.
Jets, Jet. Sam Darnold, I guarantee it. All right, Mills, what you think about the matchup?
I pretty much agree with everybody else. The one thing that
You agree
I
that
can
Bam
say
is better than Anthony Davis?
No, I don't agree
Okay,
with
so you don't agree with everybody.
But I'm talking about the outcome of the whole. If you put everything together, the moral of the
Just
conversation.
tell us what you think, Mills.
Yeah.
I don't care about what Rad said.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna talk. I'm just saying. I know the Lakers are going to win. I mean, because
LA,
if you look,
California team, you called it California. Mills called California team. We gonna give him credit for that. I think so.
If you look after the game when the Lakers beat the Nuggets, LeBron said, "I'm not done. I mean, this is great, but this is not what I want, what I need. This is just a stepping stone to where I gotta go." And I think LeBron's going to have that killer mentality the entire series. I think he's going to give you 35, 15, and 13 every game at least.
35, 13, and 15?
35, 15, and 13 every game. I think he's going to give you about that every game. I think he's going to have that killer mentality the entire series.
Take the under on that, y'all.
So not average.
Take the under.
Not average.
Take the under on that, y'all.
You saying he's going to get 35 every game?
He'll give you at least 35 every game.
Okay, that's different than averaging 35 for the series.
No, it's not. He's saying he's going to give you 30.
No.
He says he's going to give you 35 every game.
Because he can score 45 one game and 25 the next, and that's an average of 35. Mills said he's going to score at least 35 every
At least
game.
35.
So that
game.
35 is the minimum,
35.
and he might average 40 then, is what Mills is saying.
He's just talking, Mike. Like, you know that. Like, that's not even
No,
realistic.
no.
What are you talking about?
Why isn't it realistic?
Because it's not going to happen.
All right,
Mills
we
giving
gonna-
it that average. What Mills
LeBron
said.
averaged 40 in a series in the playoffs. I mean, the series.
How old was he?
3 years younger.
Okay.
4 years younger. I mean,
What were you doing 3 years ago?
I was a long time. It was a long time.
I'm LeBron.
I think this
now.
is LeBron best shooting year too, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Gotta fact check that, bro. I don't know about that.
Bye.
But
So go ahead. Finish up.
But I mean, matchup wise, I think Miami, you don't know who you're gonna get. You don't know who's gonna be the leading scorer over there on any given day. You know, I mean, they have great ball players, and like you said, or like Preach said, their supporting cast is way better than the Lakers' supporting cast. Like you got Duncan Robinson. You know what I mean? You got
Iggy.
Bam that's playing great. if Iggy played too many minutes, they're definitely going to lose. I think Iggy is very vulnerable. I think he tried to do too much sometimes instead of playing his role. And to be honest with you, since Dwight Howard has been in the starting lineup, he's been playing great basketball too. He's giving you double-doubles, 14, 10 blocks. I mean, not 10 blocks, 10 rebounds, a couple blocks. And he's not really fouling as much either. And I think Dwight is a big presence on the court. And he may intimidate Bam a little bit, to be 100% honest with you.
Nah, I ain't no intimidate Bam, G.
I don't know.
Guess they call him Bam for a reason.
Raz said he won't be surprised if Miami win 4. I don't think Miami will win 2. I think the Lakers have it over in 5.
Wait, Raz said he won't be surprised if Miami win 4 games.
That means they won
3 or 4 games. Yeah, I know that. But Raz said he wouldn't be surprised if it happens.
Okay.
What I'm saying is I don't think they'll win 2 games.
Okay.
All right. So let's play a quick game. Then we're going to get into the topic of the day. Game time is called Fact or Fiction. I'm going to say 2 statements.
Is it true or fiction?
I'm going to say 2 statements. One is a fact, one is a fiction, and you decide which is which. So let me get both statements out before you go. Mills, I'm coming to you first. First statement. LeBron James is the best basketball player of all time. Statement 2. Pat Riley is the best basketball mind of all time. Which is fact, which is fiction?
I'm going to go fact with Pat and fiction with LeBron.
Why?
It's hard. It's hard for LeBron because, as we all know, everybody has their own opinion about who's the greatest basketball player of all time. And ultimately, it comes down to whatever era you are actually a part of. Because I never saw Michael Jordan play. I saw Kobe play, but I didn't see as much Kobe as, some people may have. But I saw LeBron pretty much his entire career. And as you all know, the competition is different. The skill level is different amongst players around them. LeBron James is, his 18th, 17th year? 17th year? He's up there on the all-time list for scoring, assists, stuff like that. But he put in a lot of work to get there. The games he played. I think he played a lot of games compared to – I don't think Michael Jordan played as many games as LeBron played. You know what I'm saying? So to say that he's the best of all time is kind of hard to say. But he's definitely one of the best of all time. I'll leave it as that. But Pat Riley, he's just great, man. It don't matter where he's at. L.A., Miami. He's just one of those people that you want to be like. So I think that's the fact out of the 2.
I'm going to you, Rat.
Oh,
You want me to say the statement again?
No, I go with Pat. I think Pat, his resume speaks for itself. I think they said he won a championship in the last he won a championship in the last 4 decades or something like that. Like, or whatever the stat is, a crazy stat. He got a championship or been to a championship in the last 4 decades, or just been a part of a successful team for the last 40 years or last 4 decades. So I gotta go Pat Riley being the greatest mind, with a close Jerry West being second. So I think, but I give Pat. I give that to Pat. And I don't think LeBron is the best player ever. So
all right, go ahead, preach. I like you threw that in there, Rat.
Fiction, and I'm gonna say fiction. As far as the
what? No, it's fact or fiction.
I said
you can't make it up.
No, I said fiction and fiction to both statements. Fiction.
No, it's fact. It's fact or fiction. Preach. You can't change the game. It's fact or fiction. What? One is a fact. One is a fiction.
I'm saying both are fiction.
You can't do that. One is a fact. One is fiction.
But
you have to choose which one and one. You have to choose. Preach. You can't just change the game.
Why do I have to choose?
That's the game. Preach. What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is, how are you going to tell me if something's a fact if I don't believe it's a fact? I don't get
Preach.
it.
It's the game. I don't care what you think. One is the fact. One is the fiction. Which one do you believe more?
I don't. So I'm not going to.
Riley is the greatest mind. All right. Well, then we can move on.
Yeah.
You just said that.
You can't.
Why did you say you didn't want to play?
You can't pigeonhole me, Mike.
I just did. I literally just did.
So to
now
everybody, fiction, y'all.
So, Preach, are you playing the drop for the coaching round table or no? We're just gonna do it.
Yeah,
I will. So
I'm playing
for
it.
everybody.
I just said yeah.
Ah, dang, I know the song.
Bust down, I went and bought a new paddock. Money pounds, spending like we never had it. It's perfect timing, put more work into the passion. Now he's shining, leader of the new addicts. Bust down, I went and bought a new paddock. Spending like we never had it. Put more work into the passion. Now he's shining, leader of the new addicts.
So to everybody who came here to talk Tory, we finally about to do it. Thanks to Preach because he didn't want to play the last game, so we got here a little quicker. Thanks.
Oh wait,
thanks,
we really
Preach.
didn't. We really. I thought it was. You just had one question. There was more questions that you didn't ask.
No. That was it. But Preach was supposed to give his answer, and he decided not to. He opted out, which is fine. Players been opting out all year. Preach want to opt out. He can opt out. That's cool. So let's get into it. So we can't put it off any longer. We gotta talk Daystar Peterson, this culture roundtable, because we talked the situation before with him and Megan. They got in. No, it was at Kylie house. It was an incident. Megan was hurt. As days went on, it was Megan was hurt. And the cops was involved. Then it was all right, flat out Tory shot her. Like it was crazy. We talked about it last time. So Megan went on live, I think maybe 2 weeks ago. She got emotional, was crying, very sad. And people kind of flocked, put their arms around her. And Tory been super quiet. And then he tweeted, let me get his tweet. He said, to my fans, I'm sorry for my silence, but respectfully, I got time today, 9 p.m. PST. So people thought he was going to go live and talk. But at midnight, our time, 9 o'clock on the West Coast, he dropped an album, self-titled Daystar. So, Mills, I don't want to talk about the content of the album yet. We can talk about if we liked it or whatever the case may be, what you thought about the actual music of it. But in terms of him dropping the album and that being his outlet to address the situation, how do you think he handled it?
That was immature. You're grown. Say your piece, verbally. I mean, I guess you are saying it verbally, but you don't got to put it to music. You know what I'm saying? Because once you use that outlet, you pretty much just throwing something out there. All people can do is respond to it, but they can't, respond to it like in a blink of an eye, like having a conversation with you. Like, the situation with Will and Jada, they had the round table, something like that.
August dropped the song.
Yeah, but after the fact, I think it was a little more. I think the way that they approached it was a little more acceptable than what Tory did, because Tory just threw the song out there. He didn't really have nothing to say. He just, was silent, and then he just threw, I'm gonna throw this album out here. This is gonna speak, what you guys want to hear. This is the information that you want to hear. I think he could have approached the situation a little better.
All right, Preach. What you think?
I don't want to be insensitive, but I think what Tory did was fine. He made a strategic move, and whoever was in his camp, I think they led him in the right direction. Like I said, I don't want to be insensitive to the situation as far as the abuse. Like I don't know what happened that night. We can all speculate. But I think that what Tory did, if I'm gonna be honest, I think he did the right thing for himself. He sowed seeds of doubt, right, in his music. Like, he laid it out to say, okay, is she lying? Like, is her story really adding up? Because it's like he's poking holes in it. He was strategic. It was like a lawyer, you know what I'm saying, on the defense. And I think that was a brilliant move, in my opinion. And you know what they say, all press is good press. He had everybody's attention. He said, I'm going to address it. And he put music out. And the one thing he does best is music. He doesn't do interviews best. That's not what he does best. He does music best. So he did what he does best, and that's how he addressed the situation. I don't necessarily have a problem. Well, I take that back. I'm not gonna say I don't have a problem with it per se, but like what he did I'm fine. I'm like, I think it was brilliant.
All right, Rad, I'm going to you. So, what you think about him dropping an album and that being his outlet to, tell his side of the story?
It's tough. I'm not against artists telling their star story or using music to express themselves, right? I'm not against that, but I'm gonna push back on something Sam said. Like, he's not good at interview. Tory is very articulate. If you ever listen to an interview Tory Lanez has given, he's very articulate. He talks. Whole Quarantine Radio, he's entertaining. He can talk. He can get in front of a camera and talk as good as anybody. He's not a Kendrick or somebody like that who literally just put everything in music. You don't see him, right? Tory's in front of the camera talking all the time.
I think that's the problem. I think him talking too much is the problem. So if I'm going to advise you, I don't want you to talk because you talk too much and you're going to say something you should not say. That's my point.
Very potentially. Now, I'm not saying that's not the case, but so I'm saying generally I don't mind. I think it's tough because the music. I don't mind people putting things in music. I wish it was a formal statement first. I wish it was because in the music, you don't get an answer. You still.
That's the point.
I know, but it still seems like it depends, right? Because is he playing like I definitely understand what Sam's saying because it is a chess move, right? It is a chess move, but is when you playing that way, it can come off insensitive. It could come off like you're not reading a room right now, bro. Like, is that the right thing to do? You know what I'm saying? He didn't even, it's not even an apology. It's like at the end of the day, we don't know the specifics of it, but at the end of the day, Megan was shot. Period. That's a fact. That's what we know, right? We know that. Now who shot her or what all that? That's I guess that's the thing that's up in the air. But at the end of the day, Megan is shot, and I think he could have been more sensitive to her personally. But
how do we know that she was shot again?
Because it's coming based on the police report, and I guess the hospital they saying it was a bullet. And, I guess it's coming out that's saying that it was she in fact was shot.
Okay.
That's what I mean. I didn't know if is that being disputed that she wasn't. I didn't know if that was.
I mean, Tory Lanez is.
What Tory said. Tory said, "How you get shot in your foot and don't hit no bone or tendons or something." One of the lyrics.
And she said she got cut
initially because she didn't want to. She didn't want to snitch on him.
Well, I know. I know.
We know we has that.
But that's what we speculated. But I'm just saying that's what she did say.
Yeah,
right?
I thought it came out that the doctors and everybody.
Yeah, it came out. It came out. She was shot.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know. It's so nuanced to it because I understand both sides, but I wish Tory was more sensitive to Megan. That's
was he? Can I? You moving on to the next question, Mike?
Nah, I was gonna say something.
Okay, you can say something. I want to ask. I want to ask a question to y'all though. After you say.
All right, so I will say this. Right, I feel what Preacher's saying, and when I seen that he dropped the album, the first thing I said was, "Oh, this is genius." Because when he tweeted that and everybody was talking about it, everybody couldn't wait until 9 o'clock. So when 9 o'clock hit, I'm waiting, and then I checked Twitter, like, what's going on? And it was like 9 o'clock PST. Well, actually, Nas texted me 9 o'clock, so I thought 9 o'clock Eastern time, but it was Pacific. So everybody was waiting. Everybody was going to be on his Instagram live if he went live. I told Angie he going to break Instagram because everybody going to want to hear it. Everybody going to like, okay, what does he have to say? Not that they really care. They were just saying if he's going to say something stupid. So he dropped the album. To me, that is smart because he got those people to listen to his music. Yes. That's smart.
Yes.
But I would have wanted if I was in a situation, which I don't ever plan on being, because I don't ever plan on shooting nobody, especially a woman, especially a black woman. If it was me, I would have read the room because Tory was a little tone deaf. Because not only did this situation happen with Megan, regardless if he shot her or not, if that is your girlfriend, like you said, and y'all go somewhere, you are kind of responsible. If me and Angie go somewhere and she get hurt, I'm not gonna be like, well, it wasn't my fault. It's on me. Like I'm supposed to protect her regardless of whatever happened. And then 2, he dropped the album the day after the whole Breonna Taylor thing. So black women was already felt like they was under assault because they didn't get any justice from the police for Breonna Taylor. And then the next day, Tory dropped this album. Like, bro, I know because you're not on Twitter. Rasta off
Rick
and Mills
Ross
is
pressed
too.
him.
People
Ross
was
pressed him.
upset. Like, yo, how can you do
I
this?
didn't see that. I didn't see that.
I saw Rick
Yes,
Ross.
bro.
Rick Ross took an L for me on that one.
What did he say?
I said I didn't see what Ross said, but Tory did respond. What did Ross say?
No, I understand. I totally understand the Breonna Taylor thing.
Just read the room. Like you had to drop it that day.
But Rick Ross had 2 big bottles of Bel Air in front of him. Like she's selling Bel Air, talking about you took. Why would you use this moment to sell records and try to?
Okay, yeah. See,
Like, bro, you
I
trying
didn't
to
see
sell
that.
your liquor, bro? Shut up! Like, you don't even make sense. He had 2 big bottles like this.
Tory,
Wait.
yeah.
Now, bro, shut up! You look stupid. He looked at dumb. He looked at dumb. Trying to sell his bottle of Bel Air and talk about Breonna Taylor, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
See, I didn't see that. I didn't see that from Rick Ross.
That was whack. That was whack.
But yeah, everybody else was talking about. I didn't see that from Rick Ross. That is whack. But for me, it was like we made a big deal about Breonna Taylor on the show. People protest. I just felt like he could have been. Because in the album, we're going to talk about the stuff in the album. He talked about his love for black women, his love for black people, moving us forward. You dropping the album, didn't do none of that. It did none of that.
Why?
So that's my issue with it.
I take it back.
I mean, why?
I'm not gonna say. I got some.
No, just to throw Tory Lanez some bell here. His mother passed on September 25th, so that album was coming out September 25th regardless. Now the topics have changed because of what happened, but he was going to drop an album September 25th. His mother passed on that day, so I know Breonna Taylor happened, but I mean, if it's with me, if I'm gonna drop an album. If I'm dedicated to my mom. I'm gonna do that. All due respect to Breonna Taylor, but I'm gonna do that.
So yeah, priest. Let me say what Tory Lanez tweeted.
Okay.
He said, "I respect you too much as a black man to respect you in these times. However, I went out and marched 9 days straight for Breonna Taylor in your city. I didn't see the boss out there once. Also, stop tagging your endorsements and post about her. It's a poor decision at Rick Ross. So yeah, okay. I didn't know Rick Ross did that. All right,
he shouldn't.
Rick Ross.
That was
he was taking L's between that whole entanglement song with August and now this Rick Ross taking L's
because he's doing too much. Let me say this: as far as the Tory situation, Tory did what he was supposed to do. Like I call me crazy, but is this not the marketing plan of everybody in the world? Like I mean, am I missing? Did Kanye West not do this his entire life? Did 50 Cent not do this his entire life?
No, not stop somebody
not
and drop the album about it.
Well, that's not true. But that's the entire rap game.
I'm talking about black women also in the rap game.
It
was like this. Yeah.
Okay. This specific.
No, Chris Brown didn't drop an album out the whole round of thing. That type of thing.
Yeah,
no, he actually went to jail. So.
Yeah, but what? Listen. I'm gonna be honest. The reason why Tory Lanez this was brilliant is because of the doubt that he's sown, and a lot of people I got people I mean people are really saying like, did this really happen? Because the facts, in theory, the facts don't line up, right? Like if you shoot somebody, the charges will be more serious. I mean, like we can litigate that, right? We can just keep litigating that to the death of it. So I think what he did was brilliant. But can I ask y'all this, because I know you saying something about Black Twitter. Maybe I'm just not seeing all of it, but from my vantage point, Tory came out good, and is like my thing is cancel culture, like is it losing its power, man? Like I don't know, like cause supposedly he was
it was fake power anyway, not fake power.
No, it was.
Like it was.
Well,
not
no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't fake power because.
I'm not gonna say fake power, but it was perception.
You know what? It probably was fake power, because I was gonna use Bill Cosby as an example, but white people didn't want him to be good anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like we knew that he was gonna be done ever since he tried to buy NBC. So that was something that I think it was just the perfect storm for them. They could throw that because they probably knew that he was drugging women for years.
Because Kanye's still here. Like Kanye still, like, it's all the people that was so called like canceled 1,000 times.
But if you ask certain people, well, what was Kanye canceled, or the Donald Trump stuff?
The Trump hat.
He's still here. People still buying his kicker. People who was tweeting about Kanye has Yeezys on. Like, that's a fact.
Well, now because he's a black billionaire, and they riding with that. Mm-hmm. But that's my question. So is was Tory Lanez canceled or wasn't he canceled? I don't know.
I guess it depends, right? Because I have seen a lot of black men bump like oh, this Tory hot.
Everybody talking about it.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen any black women that say anything about it yet.
I
I'm saying on me, Rap. I'm saying I haven't seen.
okay,
I'm not
okay.
saying it's not out there.
I've seen it.
I haven't seen it on my Twitter.
seen it.
I see some people who just Tory got a good following.
He has
like,
a fan base. Yeah, he has
and
a fan base.
some people want to believe him, and the issue is that I think you always got to believe the person that says, you know, the person was the person who was hurt, the victim. You should believe the victim.
No, you don't.
I'm talking about if she was hurt, she was shot. If somebody got proof that they were shot, you believe them. Now,
No, I mean,
the devil's in the details. Now, how it happened?
I believe she got
She was
shot.
shot. I believe her.
Yeah.
Now the issue is they both got sides, and it's somewhere in the middle what happened really, and we never going. I don't know if we ever going to truly figure that out. And I think Tory. I think at the end of the day, Tory did somehow, some way save face in a way, because he came out and it wasn't like I'm sorry type of thing. It was like, yo, I didn't do it. Because if you feel like you was accused, like, I'm gonna bring it personal to me. A girl has lied on me before for no reason at all, and I could not honestly believe it. And it was almost shocking. Like,
Yeah, I know.
you know what I mean? Like, what? Like, what? And then the other girl that was in the situation believed and she. I don't. For me, and I thought I gave all indication that I was credible. Like, why would you believe this? But she believed her friend. You know what I mean? And it's like, I couldn't believe it. And to this day, I have not friends with the person, or not really could communicate with her no more because of that situation. And then it was a complete bald-faced lie. And I understand, so I can understand. I'm not trying to compare Megan being shot to like a girl lying, but I'm saying, like, I can understand the animosity of trying to tell your truth in that fashion. But, you know, I think he was still insensitive because Megan still was hurt, you know, physically, you know. So.
Yeah, and Rap, that's a good point, because, like, for me, like, if you know me, and if everybody know me at Tech, I want best personality. I was friends with everybody. You always say I was friends with everybody. And I always treat a black woman with great respect. So if something like this ever happened and I didn't do it, and I was like, yo, I did not do this. Like, y'all gotta believe, I swear I did not do this. But I would probably say something, but it is an open investigation. I want to drop the album.
Well, you don't sing.
I'm saying if I was in a situation.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying though, like,
yeah.
if I
got a pen, you write poetry. Would you wrote a poem? You got a pen? Would you wrote a poem?
I would have wrote it, but I would have kept it. I would have kept it for me.
Right.
So Mills, I want to you listen to it. So what you think about the album, Mills?
I thought the album was great. I think
Where your wife at?
she
ain't going for that.
She going. I'm gonna ask her. I don't think she listened to it. She might have. She listened to everything. It's crazy, but I thought it was a good album. I didn't finish the whole thing. I listened to it on Spotify. Like I tell y'all. So
Don't be dropping.
Yeah.
Don't be plugging Spotify on the show.
Please don't.
Unless you tell people to follow us. You follow everybody. We think it's a sports show. Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Yeah. So I didn't listen to the. I don't know if the order of the.
Sam
track
pouring
mean
up
anything.
over there. What's here? Is that ginger ale?
Nah.
Like I don't know if the order of the tracks mean anything though. So on Spotify, obviously it was like, you know, mixing and matching random songs. So I might hear track 1 and track 15, you know, stuff like that. So I don't know if it's a storyline with the tracks, but the music I heard, it was good.
No.
You know, I can vibe to it. So
How about you, Preach?
Somewhat.
Yeah, but you don't need to listen in order.
No.
I thought the album was awful. I think that Tory Lanez, this album, it was hard for me to get through it because it's like, bro, you've been
at least you started listening to music though.
Well,
about my appointment.
Yeah.
Appointment listening.
My issue is it's like I'm over you sounding like Drake. Like
I thought I was gonna get killed.
No.
I thought I was about to get killed. Oh, okay,
No.
I'm ready for this.
No.
Let's go. Okay.
I'm like, yo,
Okay.
stop. Like
Yo,
it was
gonna get killed.
It was so frustrating. It was so
I
frustrating.
thought it was Drake. I said,
Yeah, it's like literally. I'm talking about like the production. It's just like, is this what's the one song, Western Road Flow? It was just like, dude, you were pissing me off. Why do you sound like him so much? But it's honestly, it's almost like weird now because like Tory, his whole career. If you were a
Hello?
Tory fan and like the Chicks tapes and all that, Tory is known for doing people's songs over. And granted, he's very talented. Like he's very talented. His first album was actually really good. And I was a fan, but like now it's getting to the point where like, dude, are you just infatuated with this dude? Like this is weird.
No,
Why
this
do you
is a fact.
like you literally
Yes.
sound like I think you in the corner doing his voice over and over again. It's starting to be
Yes.
scary. It always reminds me they had this critique of Logic. They said Logic was sounding like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. No, seriously, that's what they used to say. And he, granted, very talented, but like at some point it's like, dude, all right. Like you like it's just it's too much. And for me,
100% agree.
I was turned off by it. Like I was just completely turned off. Like I'm not listening to this, dude. You are honestly trying to sound like another man for your entire life. I'm over it. I'm done with Tory Lanez. I'm done.
This is crazy.
I don't know if it was Friends Become Strangers or Sorry, but I had to. I'm like, oh, Drake just came on this joint.
It's ridiculous.
No, it was
Yo.
it was so many joints, bro.
The funny thing, because when I was, I mean, not saying prepared, but I was like, the first thing I'm gonna say, and I might get killed because everybody called me the Drake fan. I was like, the first thing I took away from this is, oh, he like Drake just as much as me because he sound like him.
Everything.
Like, straight up cadence, flow, like literally, like he was saying some of Drake bars.
No,
he
like,
had
seriously.
some of Drake bars.
Seriously,
Yo,
it
I
was-
said, yo, he want to be Drake.
Yeah, this was
I
too
said,
much.
yo, he want to be Drake.
Yeah.
He want to be Drake. And I
So Rad, is this so Drake is the Rolls Royce and Tory is the Chrysler 300? Is that what's going on here?
Dame and Steph. This is what we talking about. Now, a lot of people were saying I get a lot of people saying that the album was fire. And I thought the album I don't think it's it's not his best album like that. I think the issue is that we know exactly what he's talking about. So I think that adds to it. So we know the storyline. Right, we get insight. It's like watching a soap opera. It's like watching a movie. It's like watching something on TV, like we hearing and playing back what he's talking about. And he taking shots at the people we know. Like he taking shots. We know he talking about Megan. He name dropping Megan. He keep talking about Munchie.
Crush on Kylie.
Yeah,
Like-
crush on Kylie. He mentioned somebody named Munchie in every song. Who is Munchie? Do anybody know who Munchie is? But I think that's what made it great in a lot
personal.
of eyes. Like we knew exactly what he was talking about, and he sounded like Drake. And I mean, like I thought I was gonna get killed because I was gonna say that, but Sam took it right out of my mouth. So yeah, I think the album was
Whoa.
cool. Yeah, pause, my bad.
No, preach, lose all pause,
Bro, we
Like,
still
get out
playing.
here.
I told him we still playing. He's wallet.
Oh,
But
my
all
goodness.
in all, I think the album was cool. I think he raps well. I think he sings really good.
He's talented.
I think he's a really good musician. But
He's weird.
I think why people thinking it's so fire and everybody saying it's fire because we know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? I think Tory has been this good in all his past stuff. This is not like Tory's better. People saying Tory this is the best. No, it's not. Tory's been good. Tory's been this good. Now it's just you know what we
Content.
talk about. It's content wise. That's the only thing that makes
Yeah. It's when you diss J.R. Smith and Chance the Rapper, it's like, okay, this is fire. Versus
Yeah.
if he was just like any old body from the I got you. I liked it.
But it was good.
I've
It was good.
I've been playing it low in my headphones through the house because Angie ain't messing with it. But when I get in that Malibu, I crank that joint. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I can't stop listening to it, especially a woman. To me, that song is dope. But like I said, the way him dropping it was corny. To me, the album is fine. So the last question before we get out of here.
Yeah,
is this.
I agree. The woman is one of my favorite songs. He was like, he was singing his heart out.
Yeah, like I feel like Prince needs to be on the guitar over that joint.
He was singing his heart out.
That's my
I was
least
like,
favorite
Tor-
song.
Tory went in. No, Tory went in on that
Hey,
one.
he
I gotta
crazy.
give him that.
Yo, I can never ride. I can
can't
never ride
sing.
with Preach. Preach. If
Nah,
we
he-
ride in
he
the
went.
car, we listen to it. We
went.
think it's a sports show. Nothing else.
He can't sing.
Tory-
He
no,
sound like
Tory-
he sound like those Beyonce managing girls. What's their name?
Chloe
No,
Haley.
it's either he trying to sound like The Weeknd or he trying to sound like Drake.
He sucks,
Yeah.
man. I don't like
So
him.
last question before we get out of here is this. So y'all Preach didn't like it. Everybody else thought the album was cool. But this is the old question. We've seen it with Michael Jackson. We've seen it with R. Kelly, Chris Brown. Now we got it's I know I'm not saying they are the same situations, but I'm saying we've seen the situations of the artist versus the person. 'Cause I know it's people that won't listen to R. Kelly anymore because of what he did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My thing is,
he's the greatest.
do y'all think Mills, can you separate the artist from the person, or is it like once somebody do something so bad, like if Tory did shoot Megan, can you listen to his music still, or is it like nah, he's done?
I don't think Tory is that important. I don't think he's that big of a name. So I can separate the two.
Okay, so if it was Kirk Franklin, he did something. Could you listen to Kirk Franklin still?
Nah. If it's something crazy, nah.
So okay, so then you can't separate the artist from the person. Like some people like Michael Jackson music and Michael Jackson the person. Like yes, he may have allegedly did some things with kids, but his music, I mean, Thriller. It's people out there that don't like the person but do the music. So you saying you can't separate the two?
Right.
All right. How about you, Preach?
Of course I can separate the two. Like that's not hard at all. Now I do think it's a case by case situation. It's not like I don't want to say like because I don't want to be insensitive to anybody, but like there are certain things that when people go past a line, like there is a line for me, but I can yes, I separate that all the time. I talk to people every day and they're terrible. So I mean, like I can listen to somebody sing. Like I mean, I don't even understand why people say that. You talk like you know bad people in your life that you deal with. So stop being a hypocrite. If you don't live in I mean, what is it? Glass house? You can't throw stones. Glass house, whatever it is. Yeah, there you go.
Don't throw stones. You live in a glass house.
There you go.
How about you, Rat?
Just one thing about Tory that I want to get off though, but when he went to the whole, because he just went to he just got his masters back, and he then he went to the black man being destroyed and all that, and it was a bit far for me because it's like, bro, like a gun was in a car, it was shot, and like that, all that is not made up. That happened, and if that didn't happen, you wouldn't be in a situation. Or this maybe I don't know if people powers to be would still try to tear you down. I don't know that, but this particular situation, I didn't like hearing that. I didn't like comparing him to that. I'm like, I don't feel like that was the same story. Why would Megan lie on you because you got your masters?
He called out Rock Nation a lot.
Yeah, I didn't see, but you in it, so you believe. Now I don't put it past music industry to do that. I don't put it past them. Now I'm not saying, but I don't know if Megan. Yeah, I don't know. Like I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't know. It didn't feel right when he was saying. I'm like,
that's the insensitive part. But for me, it's
like,
but I don't. Again, I do not know what happened in the car. I don't know what happened. But I will say this: you're innocent until you're proven guilty, right? So Tory Lanez,
not in the court of a public opinion. You're guilty until innocent.
I know, but I'm saying for me, you're innocent until you're proven guilty. So Tory Lanez is innocent until he is proven guilty.
So can you separate the two?
Get back to can I separate two? It's nuance, right? I generally do, right? Michael Jackson, I'm not saying like what Michael Jackson allegedly did compared to what R. Kelly did is, I'm not trying to compare nothing of what their acts of it. But for some reason, when it comes to Michael Jackson, I don't hesitate. But when R. Kelly come on, I do like look around and be like, because it seemed like when you hear him, it's like it just brings something else up in you. Maybe because I don't hear his music as much. A lot, it's been gone a lot. It's like not playing out. So when you hear R. Kelly song, it's not even. I don't know if it's me because how I feel or how I feel if somebody else. I'm
about to get us canceled. Move on, Mike.
Mike,
move on, Mike.
Bro, we can't rap.
I'm about to get us canceled, Mike.
Nah, bro, I'm a mute you, bro. You good? I just muted you. Yeah, go ahead. I just muted Preach.
All I'm saying is. Mills, what you think, Sam? What you think?
Yeah, I don't even want to care. I don't want to know. Go ahead, Rad.
Why did Michael Vick go to that?
Where's Peter?
No, what I'm saying is, for some reason, when R. Kelly is played, I do feel something. I don't know what that is. I don't know.
Are you around black women when it's happening? Preach, you hit a button, you unmute yourself.
What did R. Kelly do?
Is it because you're around black women when you listening to it?
No, what did R. Kelly do? What did R. Kelly do? No, I'm asking. I'm asking.
Oh my God, I just muted Preach. Yo, so Brad, are you around black women when you are doing this? Is that why?
No, I may or may not be. That's not. I don't think that's not the first thing that comes. I'm around black.
Okay.
Am I around people? You know, it's because it's one of those. It's one of those left or right, black and blue type of thing, black and white type of things.
He was a
Either you
predator.
bang R. Kelly or you don't. And it could stir people the wrong way. And I've been in rooms where he's like, "Hey, why you playing R. Kelly? You wilding?" Like I've been in rooms when R. Kelly came on, somebody said that.
He's the
So
greatest.
it's just so it's like one of those, you know. But when Michael Jackson come up, it's not that. It's people just jam
Because people want to pick and choose what they get upset about. Let's call a spade a spade. People want to pick and choose what they get upset about. That's all that is.
I do agree with that. So that's
That's
why
all
it's
that
nuanced.
is.
But
That's all that is.
For me,
I think
believe
it's a hoax.
let me finish. But if things come on in my head, I'm more conscious when it's played out loud. If something come on in my headphones, I generally can separate the two. But if it's played out loud, I am conscious about that.
So I would say that, can I separate the two? I would say, well, I mean, I do.
Every
I separate
day.
the two all the time. But like, I want the people I support to be lockstep with me. I said that with my athletes. I want to say that about my musicians too. But I'm not even that big into music where it matters. Like sports, I'll buy your jersey if I rock with you. I may not wear it because I don't really wear jerseys, but I buy just because I rock with you. I'll pop it out if you play in the game or something. But albums, music doesn't mean that much to me. Where I'm like, oh my God, I really love Drake. I gotta listen to him. If Drake do something and I think it's foul, I think Drake is corny. So I kind of stopped listening to him lately because I think he corny. So that is what it is. But we've been here a long.
You saying straight up? You think Drake corn like right now? You saying that was like real? What you were saying?
Yes, he corny.
Dude, I think Drake Drake.
Oh.
He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
I want to say it was something he did foul.
No.
Oh.
He didn't do anything. I just think him as a person is kind of corny.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of like, I can't listen to Drake no more because I think he's corny.
R. Kelly is a predator. I just want to be clear on that. But I do. I would love.
But his music, if
However.
R. Kelly,
However.
he was ever to do a versus, it'd be like, oh man,
He's the greatest. But I'm just saying, I would love people. I just don't. I don't like when people pick and choose who they cancel. Like, because at the end of the day, there is a line. I will agree, there is a line. But we're very selective about people's past and what we bring up and what we don't bring up and what we receive and what we give away. But we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. So, but long show. I told y'all it's gonna be long. We had a lot of topics, but for me, it was interesting the whole time. Great conversation. Boys had some good takes. We argued. Perfect. I love it. So before we get out of here, the debate is probably over now. Hopefully, I'm gonna go watch that.
They saying Trump said something about Biden kid being on coke. Yo, they saying Trump wilding. Everybody, based on everything, Trump.
But why can't he say that?
It's blowing up.
Trump wilding right now.
Why can't he say it? If it's on coke, it's on coke.
Nas and Tony is texting sound bites. So y'all see me look at my phone. He said China ate Joe lunch. Like, Trump got some sound bites coming out of this joint. We probably gonna watch it.
It's Sleepy Joe.
I think Trump gonna win the debate.
Absolutely.
Because it's Sleepy Joe.
He's going to win an election.
So I don't know. Maybe I may watch it. Y'all may watch it. Maybe we talk about it next week. I doubt it. But we'll see. But we had a great show. Everybody, please follow us on our platforms. We think it's a sports show. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of it, all of the above for more content. And we really appreciate everybody that support us. And we just want to keep making great shows for you. So I think that's all that we have for you today. But we think it's a sports show. Hootie hoo!
Remember them regular days when there wasn't no more watches for me. Now the money keep calling for me. I'm feeling like everyone plotting on me. Gotta pray for my people to block where they stay. And I know they all counting on me. To go, we going straight to the top. You can't never look down on the streets. Remember them regular days when there wasn't no more watches for me. Now the money keep calling for me. I'm feeling like